The following is a presentation of Baldwin Sports Live, your home for live coverage of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at HaydenOutdoors.com. Also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Codiano State Farm Insurance, Heartland Plumbing, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hers Incorporated, Rice Precision Manufacturing, The Bullpen, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, the Lumberyard Arts Center, Jobats, Baldwin City Community Newspaper, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports Live.
Good evening and welcome from Liston Stadium in Baldwin City, Kansas, where tonight the Baldwin Bulldogs will play host to the Anderson County Bulldogs. Welcome everyone to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. It is homecoming night and there is plenty of excitement around Liston Stadium as these two teams will match up for the first time since 2003, a game in which Baldwin won 40-6. They will look to replicate that performance tonight and win back-to-back games for the first time since the end of the 2020 season. The Dogs are coming off their first victory and by far best performance of the season in their last game against Santa Fe Trail, where they won 49-32 and looked in control throughout. Their opponent tonight will be the visiting Anderson County Bulldogs, a run-heavy team who comes into tonight with a record of 2-2 after dropping their last game at home versus Iola. Just getting started here on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. Up next, we'll take a look back at the first 4 weeks of the season so far and dive into some of the key players and matchups tonight, along with our State Farm Insurance game plan and more. It's all coming up right here on the Baldwin Sports Live pregame show presented by Hayden Outdoors.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
All right, welcome back. The pregame show is presented by Baldwin State Bank. Personal service from people who care. That's what you get at your hometown community bank, Baldwin State Bank. Whether it's personal finances, business money management, loans and credit, or savings for retirement, go see Baldwin State Bank. For over 120 years, they've helped serve our community. Enjoy a better banking experience with your friends and neighbors at Baldwin State Bank. All right, time to take a look back at the recent results from Baldwin here. As you see their schedule pop up on the screen after dropping their first 3 games of the year. They came out last week against Santa Fe Trail at home, and they won that game 49-32. The Bulldogs put up season highs across the board on offense, scored touchdowns on 7 of their 8 possessions, looked really impressive. The defense looked good as well. They forced a season-high 2 turnovers. They did give up 32 points, but right about at the halfway point in the season now, Bryce. And could that game last week against Santa Fe Trail be a turning point going forward for the Bulldogs?
Yeah, no question. That's the big thing. Once you win one, you can't just be happy that, okay, we got that big win. That's nice. That's great. But now you got to turn 1 into 2. Then you got to turn 2 into 3. And that's how you start building confidence. And last week, as you mentioned, really all phases of the game, they played very well. It has to be a big confidence boost for them, the way they were able to perform in that ball game. But again, sign of a successful program is being able to take 1 win and turn that into 2 and then continue to stack good performances on each other. They have a really good opportunity to do that tonight against Anderson County, and then again next week against Osawatomie. It sets up for the Bulldogs to really put together a nice run here during the middle portion of the schedule and then see what happens in those last couple of games.
Yeah, 100%. This is not a district game, but on paper, a pretty even matchup. You can see here now on the screen the Anderson County schedule. They opened up the year against Wellsville. They lost that game. They won their next 2 games and then lost last week against Iola at home, a game that they led at halftime, actually, 14-7, I believe. And then they were outscored in the second half. And in the fourth quarter, they were outscored 15-0. They lost that game 28-14 in the end. And that's kind of been a trend all year with Anderson County, is they come out pretty hot in the first half, but in the second half they've been outscored by a wide margin, Bryce.
Yeah, and then you mentioned the fourth quarter is when the difference in that ball game was against Iola. 43-7. Yep. Anderson County has been outscored this year in the fourth quarter. Now, that can be a multitude of reasons why that happens. You know, I think some of it is you look at the roster size. They're a little smaller roster, kind of like Baldwin, and we've seen that impact on Baldwin. As a game goes on, you start to wear out. You got guys playing both ways pretty much across the board, so perhaps that's a bit of a factor. Who knows? Lots of things can lead to that, but that's certainly something that, you know, Baldwin could be aware of and say, hey, we could finish tonight. Let's finish strong, something we saw them do last week, and hopefully pick up a win. You look at the schedule there for Anderson County, and again, you can't just take one game and say, well, this team beat this team, so if we beat this team, we can beat that team. It doesn't work that way, but it does kind of give you a glimpse into some comparatives here. And you look at Wellsville, that's the team that's picked to win this district for Baldwin, and they obviously handled Anderson County quite easily when they played. That was opening night, though. Teams are different in what will be week 8 when Baldwin plays Wellsville, or now Anderson County even here into week 5 than they were in week 1. So not a something you can just blanket statement put on there, but this being a non-district game, but they played 3 of the teams in your district. We saw the results last week against Santa Fe Trail for Baldwin. They get Osawatomie next week, so I think this is a really important game for Baldwin. Even though it's a non-district game, it feels still like it is sort of a district game because of the correlation in the schedule, and then it being homecoming and everything as well. Big night for the Bulldogs of Baldwin tonight. Yeah,
100%. You mentioned the district. We'll take a look at the standings in the district now. Up on your screen, you mentioned the powerhouse in the district, or the team that's expected to be at the top, Wellsville. That's who Baldwin will finish the season with, the regular season with. So you're going to try to build upon that win last week and build upon that. You just play a overall good game tonight, I think, and try to keep yourself at the top of those standings. You see 1-0 so far. That's a pretty good start. You said not a district game, but still a big one tonight.
Yeah, no question. And, another big game in the district tonight. Wellsville is at Bishop Ward this evening. So those are the 2 teams that many of the predictions had selected to come out of this district this year. Wellsville after a 10-win season last year. Bishop Ward after a nice 4-5 up-and-coming season, and then getting off to a good start here this season with 3 wins already. They play tonight, so that's one we'll have to kind of keep our eyes on the Twitter and kind of get some scores on that one throughout, because those are the last 2 teams Baldwin will play in the district, and if Baldwin could take care of business tonight, next week, those games very well may decide the postseason fate of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, 100%. We're going to take another break here on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. When we come back, we're going to dive in a little bit deeper to Anderson County, take a look at their scouting report, some of the key players and matchups that tonight for the Baldwin Bulldogs. We'll be right back on the Baldwin State Bank pregame show.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to. Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face-to-face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
All right, welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show here on Baldwin Sports Live. We're going to take a deeper look at Anderson County and what they got bringing to the table tonight. On offense, it's pretty much going to feature a flex bone type offense, if you're familiar with that, but it's going to be from the shotgun, kind of a pistol flex bone, if you will. Two wing backs, a running back right behind the quarterback, and the quarterback's not far behind the center, maybe 3 yards behind him, but they do go out of the shotgun, and they do run the ball a lot. About 70% of the time, they're going to run the ball, and they're going to give it to their main man, number one, Jack Crane, most of the time.
Yeah, the production, when you look at the yardage, is somewhat even pass run, but they certainly, from a play calling perspective, prefer to run. And if things are going well, they're going to continue to run the ball. And you mentioned Crane. He's the guy that they're going to rely on. He gets about 20 touches per game, mostly on the ground. He only has a couple of catches out of the backfield this year, but he's putting up 130 yards per game, averaging 6.5 yards per carry this year. So he's their big guy. I shouldn't say big guy. He's not all that big. He looks bigger on film than he is listed in the roster to me. But big guy in terms of the amount of production they put on his shoulders that they expect to get out of him. And so expect a lot of number one in white tonight, and the Bulldogs will certainly have to be up to the task to tackling Jack Crane tonight. Yeah,
100%. They'll also hand it off quite a bit to number 21, John Wright. He's one of the wing backs, but they'll throw it every now and then. They've thrown it about 12 times a game. Their quarterback's number 13, a junior, Preston Kieser. And Dallas Kieser, number 19, he's going to be his top receiving target. He's got 16 receptions on the year, a little over 200 yards, one touchdown. And so that junior to senior connection through the air, Baldwin's going to have to be cognizant of that defensively.
Yep, kind of like some of the teams we've seen this year. Not necessarily going to throw a ton, but when they do, they can hit you for big plays. Their passing game is not a dink and dunk style necessarily. It's a set up the pass with their dominant run and then hit you with a big ball through the air. And Kieser to Kieser, that connection is certainly the main connection.
100%. Defensively, Anderson County is similar to Baldwin. They're going to feature a 3-4 defense, and they are a little bit susceptible for the big play through the air. It looks like we're going to get the national anthem, so we're going to go to break, be right back with more of the Baldwin State Bank pregame show.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Welcome back to the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. We're going to take a look at the keys to the game right now. I'll throw it over to you, Bryce. What you think some of the keys to the Baldwin winning tonight is going to be?
Yeah, so let's look here at our State Farm Insurance game plan, and it starts out with taking care of the football tonight. Anderson County, 3 defensive touchdowns this year already for the Anderson County Bulldogs. So they are a team that has been opportunistic when they've given the chance. So got to take care of the football in this game. Really, Baldwin's biggest downfall in some of the games that have been close to starting and kind of gotten out of hand is the inability to take care of the football, whether it be the Ottawa game, turnovers directly to points, whether it be the Lewisburg game on the botched punts leading directly to points. Got to take care of the football. Got to key on Crane. We talked about him in our scouting report for Anderson County. In their 2 wins, he gets the ball about 60% of the time. They will throw. They don't want to necessarily have to throw. If they can run successfully with Crane, and then you mix in Wright, you mix in the Trey Clark, those guys, that's what they want to do. So you got to key on stopping Jack Crane first and foremost, and then finish strong. We talked off the top about some of Anderson County's struggles in the second half of ball games. They've been outscored in the second half 62-21 this year. Baldwin last week finally got a chance to play with a lead, and they looked good doing it, closing out that ball game. So once again, finish this one strong, get that second win on your homecoming. It's all right there for them. That's our game plan, brought to you by Codiano State Farm Insurance.
Yeah, our Codiano State Farm Insurance game plan is brought to you by your local State Farm Insurance agent, Codiano. It's a good time to stop by and review your policy as kids head back to school or off to college. Whether it's updating a current policy or you're looking to switch to something brand new, Cody would love for you to stop by and see how he can help a neighbor out. Call 785-594-0270 or visit CodyIsMyAgent.com. This has been the Baldwin State Bank pregame show. It's presented by Baldwin State Bank. Personal service from people who care. That's what you get at your hometown community bank, Baldwin State Bank. Whether it's personal finances, business, money management, loans and credit, or savings for retirement, go see Baldwin State Bank. For over 120 years, they've helped serve our community. Enjoy a better banking experience with your friends and neighbors at Baldwin State Bank. All right, we will come back with the starting lineups and your opening kick next on the pregame show.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
All right, welcome back. We'll get you the starting lineups up on your screen. The starting lineups are brought to you by the Lumberyard Art Center at 718 High Street in Baldwin City. As you take a look at their upcoming lineup on your screen, don't miss out on all these great events, live music, arts and crafts, unique experiences, youth and adult classes, and so much more. Learn more at lumberyardartcenter.org. Create, play, innovate. at your creative home in Baldwin City, the Lumberyard Arts Center. All right, all set for the opening kickoff. Anderson County won the toss, deferred to the second half, so Baldwin's going to receive this ball. We are underway in the Battle of the Bulldogs tonight. It's going to be received by Tristan Capelli. Runs around for a little bit, gets tackled just across the 25-yard line. The opening kickoff was presented by Baldwin City Recreation Commission. Tickets are on sale now for the second annual Downtown Beverage Festival. Make plans to join BRC in downtown Baldwin on Saturday, October 22nd from 3 to 7 p.m. to sample some of the region's finest beverage offerings with the backdrop of live music, food trucks, and more. Early bird tickets are on sale now for $30. Attendance is capped, so don't wait and miss out when the tickets sell out. Buy now at baldwinrec.org or stop by the office at 705 High Street. Baldwin starting out. Jack Harvey's going to keep this off the right side. He's going to rumble for a first down on the first play from scrimmage for Baldwin.
That's something that Jack has started to really get comfortable doing, running the football, averaging 14 yards a carry over his last 3 ball games, and he is an aggressive runner too. Does not go down easy, lays a hit, doesn't take a hit. Good start for the Bulldogs, picking up a nice gain on first down.
Baldwin coming out in their traditional spread, 2x2 with the receivers split wide. Harvey takes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Cody Buck. He comes right side. He's got a lot of running room. He's going to be tackled down into plus territory now at the Anderson County 48-yard line. So 2 plays, 2 big runs off the right side for Baldwin.
How about the debut last week from Cody Buck? Missed the first 3 games of the season, and all he did was run for 133 yards on 16 carries last week. Big addition back into this lineup and makes an impact play early.
So it'll be interesting to see the kind of balance Baldwin brings to the table play calling wise. Last week they were pretty balanced, about 50-50 run pass. Bryce, a couple runs so far. Here's Harvey again off the right side.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think if they can have success just running the football like this, like most teams, they prefer to just do that. A little safer usually when you just run the football. And the offensive line this year has been so good all year for the Bulldogs, really keeping Jack clean in the passing game. And I think last week especially, you saw their confidence just soar with the success the running attack had.
We talked a little bit about the Anderson County defense. They are similar to Baldwin, run a 3-4 system. Keep those 2 safeties deep. The corner's also playing off right now. Jack will hand it off again to Cody Buck. He's got some more running room down to the 35-yard line. Another first down for Baldwin.
They're just breaking off big chunks right now. This offensive line, those guys, Van Horn, Martin, Wren, Williams, Davidson, they're not letting the backs, whether it be Harvey, the quarterback, or Buck, the running back, they're not letting them get touched until they're already 5-6 yards downfield.
Opening up some holes that me and you could run through maybe.
Maybe
probably not.
Point. Yeah, back in the day. I could still make it through. I just want to probably get back up.
Harvey will hand it again to Buck for 3rd straight time. Buck's got a lot of running room. He's out close to the red zone near at the 21-yard line.
So far, Ryan, 5 plays, and they've all gone for at least 10 other than the 1 5-yard run by Harvey. They're just paving holes right now for this rushing attack. What a start here for the Baldwin offense.
This kind of has shades of what teams have been doing to Baldwin on the other side of the football. Baldwin's out there on defense. They're just running it down the throat of the Anderson County Bulldogs on this opening drive. And now Buck puts it on the ground. I think he got it back, though. So that'll be 2nd and 10.
And so obviously that's the one thing you can't do. We talked about it with our State Farm Insurance game plan. You got to protect the football. Baldwin's been better about that the last couple of games. And a dangerous play right there. Now you're behind the chains for the first time, but you've had so much success running the football. You don't have to feel like, okay, we've got to all of a sudden put this ball in the air now. You can still stick with the running attack if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, Baldwin -3 in the turnover margin. They've turned it over 8 times on offense, 6 picks, 2 fumbles, almost lost one there. Now we'll go speed option to the left. Harvey's going to keep it, cut it up. He's got a lot of running room. Cuts back inside the 10-yard line, and Baldwin's going to have a 1st and goal on their opening possession.
Touchdown saving tackle made by A.J. Schaefer right there. And again, I love that with Harvey. He not only is he looking to run, but he's so decisive about the decision. And a lot of times in that option game, a quarterback can get themselves in trouble when they're waffling back and forth between should I pitch it, should I keep it. I mean, he makes the decision to run, tucks it, and just gets downfield.
2-by-2 the formation once again. Harvey takes another snap. Will run speed option right. Pitch at the buck. Can he get to the corner of the end zone? He can't. He's shut off over there.
Good job, Gunnar Reichert.
Yeah.
Setting a block on the outside there to try and get Buck into the end zone. There was just too many guys, obviously, and Reichert can't block them all, but he did an excellent job blocking the man he was assigned to, and good pursuit by Anderson County, able to extend that out, stop Buck short, but Baldwin's still in a great spot here for the 5-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 5. Where does Baldwin go now? They have yet to attempt a pass. Ran it every play of this drive so far.
And no need to throw when they've had this much success. Vance Morgan now in the backfield.
Morgan to Harvey's left. And speed option left this time. Jack's going to cut it up and get into the end zone for a Baldwin touchdown.
There you go. 7th rushing touchdown of the year for Jack Harvey. And once again, especially down here by the goal line, be decisive, be quick with that decision. He went right behind that offensive line on the left side. Van Horn, Martin, and Wren, the center, doing a great job opening up that hole there for Harvey. And what an opening drive for the Bulldogs. They made quick work of that one. 9 plays, 82 yards, touchdown.
So the extra point up and good by Brendan O'Connor. It was no good. I'm sorry, he missed that. So 6-0 Baldwin. We will be right back on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Welcome back. A 9-play, 74-yard opening touchdown drive for Baldwin. They kick it away to Anderson County, and he's got a lot of running room off the left side, and he might be gone. That is John Wright, one of the running backs, returning that one for Anderson County. He goes all the way on the kickoff, ensuing kickoff after a nice opening drive by Baldwin. But, man, that was a hole you could have ran a Mack truck through on the left side there. Not good kickoff coverage.
Yeah, so that's not ideal after your opening drive touchdown to give up the kick return touchdown there. John Wright making the big play for Anderson County, but I guess we'll go glass half full here, and that means you get to send that offense right back out there and, if anything, wear down the Anderson County defense a little more. But hopefully they'll sure that one up. I didn't necessarily see exactly where the breakdown maybe happened on it, but certainly not ideal for Baldwin there.
Yeah, Caton registers the extra point. Is now 7-6 Anderson County. We'll be right back on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Dr. Philip Harvey at
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
When choosing a bank, wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC.
All right, almost missed the kickoff there, but Baldwin has the ball back after 74-yard opening touchdown drive. They kicked it off to Anderson County, and they took it back 77 yards for a touchdown, made the extra point. We now have a 7-6 game as Baldwin gets set for their second offensive possession.
Well, don't let that special teams miscue affect what you had going for you offensively. The offense was running so smooth that opening drive for Baldwin, so get right back out here, get on the horse, keep running that football right down the Anderson County defense's throat.
So they'll start from the 34-yard line. Buck out there to Harvey's right. Looked like he almost got a false start. Harvey's going to throw it for the first time. He's under pressure, and he's going to be dropped. It's big number 53 in there.
No Wheeler.
Yeah, no Wheeler.
Big sack there from Wheeler, and Baldwin had so much success running the ball in the opening drive. I don't not like, if you will, the chance to go and take a shot maybe and steal that momentum right back, but unfortunately it does put you well behind the chains now. I still think you can go right back to the running game. You were getting enough yardage with that ground attack. Even though it's second at 18, don't be afraid to run the ball here.
Well, second and a long way to go now for Baldwin. See if they put it back on the ground or go to the air. They'll go to the air. Harvey was looking for Darnell. Now he's got Darnell over the middle. Will be brought down by a host of Anderson County Bulldogs, but he gets out close to the 40-yard line, so a pretty productive second down play, setting up about a 3rd down and 5.
Wheeler again almost got to Harvey on that play, but Jack able to evade him and find his tight end, his steady target. Darnell's had at least 3 catches in every game this year for the Bulldogs, and now again, manageable 3rd down. Where you're out on the field as well, I still think run is in play here, but wouldn't be surprised to see him looks for a pass with either Grossner or Darnell here on this 3rd down.
First 3rd down attempt of the game for either team. We'll run speed option right. Harvey's going to pitch it to Buck. Going to get to the sticks. He can. It looks like they're going to spot him enough for a 1st down out to the 45-yard line.
Another well-executed option there, Jack. We've talked about him being physical runner. Well, he's not afraid to take a hit either, and you have to be that way as a quarterback running the option, because if you run it properly, you're going to take some hits. You have to invite that defender to commit enough to you as the quarterback before you pitch the ball that you're going to take a hit, but that's the way you run a successful option, and Jack has been doing it excellent here tonight.
So go trips left side this time. Darnell and Grossner both over on that left side. Harvey's looking right side. He's going to look for Buck out of the backfield, and it's going to be intercepted. He's going to bring it. Ooh, there's a flag, and he might get all the way to the end zone. He's across the 20 to the 10, and he will gallop into the end zone. We're going to have to see what that flag is. Looked like it might have been on a block on the return. But
yeah, it's going to come back. Yeah. Dallas Keyser on that return of the interception is not going to have a touchdown out of this. It will come back, but a lot of pressure there in Jack's face, and that's something that he hasn't had to face a whole lot this year because the offensive line has done a good job. They brought some A-gap pressure there and got to Harvey, forced him to throw that ball sooner than he wanted to. He was just hoping to get Cody Buck on that wheel route, and a well-played ball by the safety, Dallas Keyser.
Yeah, Keyser, he went over the top on that play, read that play nicely, and that ball just hung up a little too much for Buck on the wheel route. Ended up being double coverage. Nice play in the end by Dallas Keyser and a nice return, but yeah, this is going to come back after they sort out the penalty yardage.
Yeah, so the interception will count. They just won't get that return, and that's this Anderson County defense. They have been very opportunistic this year. They have 3 defensive touchdowns this season. We've already seen them now take a kickback for a touchdown. Nearly had a pick 6 there. It's just an interception, not the touchdown with it, but that's, again, we talked about protecting the football, big key in this game, and now we've seen a turnover, and for all intents and purposes, kind of a turnover type play with that kick return for the touchdown as well.
So Anderson County's first offensive possession will start from their own 30-yard line. Got trips tight side here, near side. They'll hand it off out of the shotgun, and this one's blown dead. Going to get a false start on Anderson County, so back them up 5 to begin their opening drive.
Baldwin defense last week did a good job. The defensive line really shutting down the running attack from Santa Fe Trail. Jake Van Horn had a huge game for the Bulldogs. Brett Davidson and Wesley Martin were both in there making plays up front, and that's going to be, again, a big key. Jack Crane is the guy they love to get the football to, but I don't see him even in the lineup right now, and so perhaps that's a storyline we'll have to follow here if Crane isn't going tonight.
Yeah, 100%. This one's given off to John Wright, number 21 off the right side. Baldwin does a nice job stringing it out wide, and they'll drop him for about a 1-yard gain, if anything. Yeah, you're right. I don't see number 1, their main man, Jack Crane.
And he's on crutches over on the sideline, so that would be a good sign. He's not going to be in the lineup tonight. So, our insurance game plan was stop Jack Crane. Well, unfortunately, the young man looks like he is injured tonight, and we did not know that coming in to tonight. Hadn't had a chance to get any response from the coach from Anderson County. So that's big. That's huge.
Yeah,
I mean, Anderson County, which again makes that kick return touchdown that much bigger as well. That's some points they were able to steal without their top offensive weapon.
So you think John Wright, kind of their second option on the ground, is going to get a lot of carries tonight?
Yeah, I think the guy right there, Trey Clark, who got that handle, I think he'll have a big night. He only had 6 carries on the year coming in. Wright, from what they've shown this year, I mean, he's more of their misdirection back, the guy they try to get off to the outside. I don't know that they are going to use him in between the tackles as much as they would a Jack Crane. So I think that role may fall on Trey Clark more tonight.
Go from the pistol. They look to throw it for the first time. Keyser's under pressure. He's going to tuck it and run. Be hit hard, but drop just shy of the first down. I think they might give it to him around the 40-yard line.
Yeah, it's going to be close. Looked like the line judge came in and marked it on the 40, which would be enough for a first down, and it will be.
Anderson County, a team that's averaging 22 points per game on offense. Most of that rushing yards, about 160 rushing yards, 90 passing yards. But we'll see how that changes tonight with Crane out of the lineup. Now they'll give it to John Wright on the kind of the jet sweep motion. Will be dropped by a couple Baldwin Bulldogs out across the 45-yard line.
And that's how they like to use Wright. Send everybody coming left, send him back right. Brett Davidson almost made that tackle for loss. Did enough to slow him down and keep Wright from being able to break that into a big play, but still a solid first down run there for Wright to pick up 6.
So second down, about 4 on the 46-yard line. Keyser will look to throw this time. He's looking for his man, Maston Wright. He's a little over his head. It'll be the first third down of the game for Anderson County.
Vance Morgan with some pressure there, but Keyser very calm, stood tall in the pocket. That was a pre-snap read. He looked over there, liked that matchup, and Capel was playing on the outside leverage, so he knew that slant was going to be there. Just threw it too tall for him.
Now third down and 3, a big third down for Baldwin. See if they can't get a stop, get off the field here. That was an issue last week. They played pretty well defensively, but couldn't quite get off the field. This is a toss coming near side, and he put that ball on the ground. That's loose. I think Anderson County jumped back on it. That was number 32, Cameron Wilson. He'll also get some carries.
Yeah, so you love the effort by Wilson to try and reach that ball and give themselves a chance for a first down, but by putting the ball on the turf, what he does essentially is forces them to punt now. I think the play call tells you what Lucas Catlett was thinking. He was going to go for it on fourth down. See if we can get a couple here, go for it then on a 4th and 1, 4th and 2 if we don't get it. Well, that fumble, instead of going down where he had it, it would have been that 4th and 1 or 2, and it turned into a 4th and long.
A bad snap on the punt. He's going to try to get it away, and he does. That was a nice job by Garrison Martin, the punter. Baldwin needs to stay away from that ball, and it'll be down at right around the 38-yard line. So that's where Baldwin will start their third offensive possession.
And you saw a little contact there between Morgan and the punter, Martin, and Martin was asking the official about it. Now, I don't obviously hear their decision, but because it was a bad snap and because he's now running with the football, it changes the rules regarding the protection for the punter. He is now more of a ball carrier as opposed to the punter, who is still able to punt the ball away, but that's why a little difference in how that one's officiated. The official does a good job not throwing the flag on it.
It's a great point. Here's a jet motion from Riker Grossner. They'll hand it to him off the right side. He's got a little bit of running room. He's got the first down and a little more up to the 50-yard line. Baldwin's been featuring those kinds of jet motions, those jet sweeps to Grossner. We saw Darnell carry a couple times last week. Kind of keeps that outside of the defense honest.
Now they like to just get their athletes the football, right? I mean, that's what they want to do with Grossner and Darnell. And now when you have Buck and Morgan's come along, and don't have Connor Murray right now, but it's obviously Jack Harvey. They've got a lot of weapons, a lot of athletes that they just want to get the ball in space and find ways to do that with Grossner out of the slot.
Harvey will take the snap. This time he'll fake the handoff, keep it himself up the middle. He's got a lot of running room. Here goes Jack, and we got a foot race to the 25-20. He's going to turn the Jets on and get to the end zone. He does for another Jack Harvey touchdown. Touchdown Baldwin. It's now 12-7. Let's see if they go for the extra point or chase the 2 points early. They're going to leave the offense out there, but what a decision to keep that, and what a run from Jack Harvey.
Man, he's strong. He is fast as well. He shows good vision on that one, and we've talked about him being a dual threat quarterback, and I don't want to say this to take away from his ability as a passer, but he's really becoming a running quarterback who also can throw the football. I mean that in a positive way, but he has just become such a confident runner.
So Baldwin will go for 2. Go trips right side. Speed option right. They'll pitch it to Buck. Is he going to get in there? He's got to lower his shoulder, and he is in there. 2-point conversion is successful. It's 14-7 Baldwin here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Welcome back to Liston Stadium on homecoming night. Baldwin's come out playing pretty well, offensively especially. 2 touchdown drives, and they got a 14-7 lead as they kick it back off to Anderson County. Pretty better coverage that time as Maston Wright on the return. He's still out across the 35-yard line to the 36, so pretty good field position to start again for Anderson County.
Yeah, that's been the only downfall so far for the Bulldogs is their kick coverage. They gave up the touchdown, and a nice return there by Wright to get it back 16 yards on that return. So they make the stop though, and the defense looked good last time. Gave up one chunk play, but looked really good. And again, Anderson County down their top running back, so that certainly is going to be a factor in this ball game if Baldwin can build a lead, which they have by 7 right now.
They'll take the snap. They'll give it off to number 34. That's Trey Clark. As you mentioned, Bryce might get a lot more carries tonight. He hasn't got that many all season long, but with Jack Crane being out, they'll probably look to him a little bit more, put some more weight on his shoulders.
Now, he may double his season carry total, which was 6 coming in. He may double that just in this game alone. They're going to have somebody, because even John Wright, just 15 carries in their 4 games so far. And that's the most outside of Jack Crane, who had 78 carries through 4 games coming in.
So split 2 out wide. It's Wright and Keyser. Preston Keyser takes the snap, gives it off to John Wright. He's got a little bit of running room out of a jet sweep, breaks a couple of tackles, and he's out around midfield where he's dragged down by 3 Baldwin Bulldogs.
Grossner finally able to make the tackle on him. Nice strong run there by Wright. And again, that's where you see that misdirection. They like to pull their guards and their tackles, and they'll even pull them same side. So what I mean is they'll run right and pull their right guard out behind their right tackle to just try to create that edge and get outside. And every once in a while, though, you think, okay, we're just keying, we're going to follow that pulling guard, and then they'll run it back against that on a little counteraction with Wright.
Now they'll run speed option left, and that ball's on the ground, but covered up quickly. And good thing that it was, because big number 52, Jake Van Horn, who had a heck of a game last week, he was closing down on the ball carrier that time.
Yeah, Clark did the smart thing there, just following that football. The tendency is you want to try to make the big play because now you panic and something went wrong, but the worst thing you could do there is just try and scoop that ball up and kick it around and create a huge play for your opponent. So a smart play by Clark, just fall on it, live to play another down, especially on that being a first down play.
That's one of the risks you run. We're running that speed option. You got to get that lateral down. It's been a good job Baldwin been doing all year. Now the roll Keyser out right. He's got some pressure coming behind him. We'll throw it up. That ball's going to be caught by Keyser just across the original line of scrimmage. So be third down and about 10 for Anderson County here. That's going to bring the end of the first quarter. It is Baldwin 14, Anderson County 7. You are watching Baldwin football on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Unbeatable service from a company you can trust. There's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Back here at Liston Stadium in Baldwin, Anderson County's got a third down and long. They'll roll Keyser out left side. He's got a man open past the first down marker out close to the 30-yard line. That's a big play for Anderson County on a third and long.
Yeah, Capel got caught with two receivers over there. He was in between. The receivers had him sandwiched, and he was trying to read the quarterback and decide to fall back, come up, and this is a good read by Keyser, the quarterback, to go to the deep man behind him.
First down for Anderson County, they're at the 33-yard line, first and 10.
So a fresh set of downs for Anderson County. Keyser takes the snaps. This time he'll keep it right side. Get a pretty good game, about 7 yards before being brought down by Sam Darnell.
Yeah, that's something that Preston Keyser hasn't done a ton of this year, is tuck it and run. He had just 4 carries coming in. 2 of those last week, though, and again, without Crane tonight, that may be something that he has to start doing a little bit more of in this game, is taking that onus himself to tuck it and pick up some yardage as he did there.
You've noticed just about every time Anderson County's wanted to go to the air, they've rolled Keyser out because this Baldwin defensive line, they can get some pressure on him. Take the snap run option again, just keep it up the middle. He's got a big cutback lane. Gets brought down across the 20-yard line, so into the red zone goes Anderson County. Another fresh set of downs coming.
See if Baldwin can buckle down and make a stop. We saw him do that last week and really kind of shift the scale of things against Santa Fe Trail when the Chargers were down in this almost exact same spot on the field, and Riker Grossner came up with an interception, and that allowed Baldwin to get some separation. And you know, right now you can still go back and forth if you're Anderson County. Baldwin would like to get that 2-score lead, and a turnover here, a stop here would help set that opportunity up.
So a tighter formation this time. Keyser takes the snap, and we're going to get a penalty flag below the play dead. Another false start.
Baldwin's been a really good team this year about not hurting themselves with penalties. Their opponents, you can't say the same thing about. The opponents have had more trouble with penalties than Baldwin this year, and when it's not a close game, that doesn't necessarily come into a factor, but as you expect here, as district play goes on, this, again, not district, but you got more coming up after this, as the games get closer, those penalties start making a bigger factor, and hopefully Baldwin can continue to play clean. So far they have tonight. A couple of false starts now against Anderson County.
So it makes it first down and 15 from the 25 of Baldwin. Keyser's going to keep it again left side. They'll have a modest gain, about 4.
Good job closing by Jack Harvey there. He plays a downhill safety. He can ball hawk it, come up with interceptions back there as well, but he loves to come up and make a hit, and he did a good job there following his keys, reading Keyser, and then making the open field tackle.
So 8th play of this drive upcoming, second down and about 11. Baldwin looking to make a red zone stop. Up 7 here in the second quarter. Scored a touchdown on 2 of their first 3 offensive drives as Baldwin. Now Keyser's under pressure. He's going to be brought down in the backfield. Looked like Dylan Williams getting in there and getting some pressure.
Yeah, it was Van Horn who comes up with the sack, and Jake, who we mentioned multiple times, had a big game last week, comes up with another big stop here. He's already made a couple of tackles for loss. A big sack right there for the sophomore, and big, bright future for a sophomore, 6'4", 245 pounds, starting defensive end in his 3-4 defense, starting left tackle of the offense. He has had a heck of a year here, and another big play.
So another third down, the third down of the game so far for Anderson County, and it's a long one. About 17 to go, and a timeout's going to be called here by Anderson County. Give me a chance to tell you about one of our presenting sponsors, Hayden Outdoors. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the #1 land brokerage for farm, ranch, and recreational properties. Local Baldwin City brokers Shad and Penny Sheldon are ready to help you find your dream property. Like the Pinose Creek Retreat, available now in Franklin County, a perfect recreational slice of heaven for the avid outdoorsman. Nearly 115 pristine acres with a fully furnished solar-powered cabin. See this stunning property and more at HaydenOutdoors.com, or email Shad at HaydenOutdoors.com or Penny at HaydenOutdoors.com.
So Anderson County got the ball down here to the 20-yard line. What happened? False start, right? So they hurt themselves. They put themselves behind the chains, and then Baldwin able to make a nice open field tackle, get the sack, and now you got them set up 3rd and 17. Obviously 4-down territory, so they're going to be looking to pick up some, if not all of it here.
Keyser's going to be pressured immediately. He's going to be taken down once again. That's big Sam Darnell in there.
So Darnell gets the sack, but it was Brett Davidson who had the early pressure. Davidson busted through quick and forced Keyser to put that ball, tuck it, try to scramble, and then there came Darnell to clean it up. That's great teamwork on that defensive line. Back-to-back sacks, and now I said 4-down territory because I wasn't expecting a 15-yard loss.
Yeah.
Now they have no choice. They've got to punt it here on a 4th and 32.
So back out comes the senior punter, number 23, Garrison Martin.
And remember, they had trouble last time on the snap.
Yeah. Back to receive it is Cody Buck. And now he shanks that one off the side of his foot. He's going to head towards the sideline. Take a nice bounce for Anderson County. Got about 10 yards off that bounce.
How did that ball at that angle stay in to bounce down the sideline?
No kidding. It ends up being a pretty good punt down to about the 22-yard line. So Baldwin's going to have a long field to go here on their fourth offensive possession.
Yeah, but after Anderson County had 1st and 10 of the 20, to then be giving the ball over to Baldwin at 1st and 10 on the 22, and that not involving a turnover on downs or anything, that's a very disappointing end to that possession for Anderson County, but a big opportunity now for Baldwin, as we talked about, to create that separation, and now they have that chance here.
100%. They scored a touchdown, threw an interception, scored another touchdown. It's been Jack Harvey both times on the ground. This time he hands it off to Buck. He's got a lot of running room. He's cuts back. Now across the 50-yard line. He's got some more. Waiting for some blockers. Breaks a tackle out across the 40 to the 38-yard line.
Buck, for being somewhat of a small guy, 5'8", 155 pounds, but he doesn't go down easy. He's slippery. He's able to make some moves. And he is just, he has made a huge difference the last 2 weeks now, having that shiftiness, that speed in the backfield. And, man, do they love having Cody Buck now in this lineup.
Yeah, and Cody Buck, he's a perfect example of a guy who has just improved so much from last year to this year. He's one of those kind of young guys that got thrust into the lineup last year, but now he's making a big difference this year in just his second game of the year. Harvey's going to roll out right. He's got his man, Riker Grossner. A nice flood play to the right side. He's out of bounds, hit hard at the 30-yard line, but nice first down play there.
Yeah, high percentage throw, and Harvey threw the interception early on a rush throw because of the pressure. And I like the fact that they've gone now to a couple of shorter passes to Darnell, this one to Grossner, 2 favorite targets, high percentage throws, get his confidence back up throwing the football, and of course the running attack, and we've seen that from Harvey. There's no lack of confidence with his rushing ability, and now we're right back down here in striking distance.
Yeah, so Buck comes out, number 15, Vance Morgan, into the game. He's had a pretty good year, 29 rushes, 214 yards, and a touchdown for the 5'10 senior. And they'll fake the handoff to him. Harvey's going to keep it left side. More running room out across the 20 to the 15. He's going to be dropped inside the 10, I believe. That's Cameron Wilson on the stop right at the 10-yard line. Baldwin will have a first down and goal.
The defenders are almost kind of backpedaling with Harvey when he's running at him. You absolutely can't do that. Wilson ends up chasing him down from behind, but those secondary players, Keyser out here on the south side, one of those safeties, you have to come up and lay a hit on Harvey. You can't expect him. He's not your typical quarterback running the football. He wants contact, and he'll run you over if you don't attack him.
Yeah, I think if Jack Harvey's running downhill at me, I'm probably backpedaling too. This time we got trips right, both Grossner and Darnell, his favorite targets to his right. Vance Morgan as well. He'll look right side and throw it to Grossner on a little screen pass. He's going to be brought down. A pretty nice play defensively that time.
Yeah, Dallas
Keyser out there.
Makes the tackle while also being blocked by Reichert. I thought for a moment Reichert was going to be able to spring Grossner on that little flip out there, and they like that again, high percentage throw. And second down and goal. You still, again, whole playbook open to you, especially as well as they've been able to run the football. And I like keeping it on the ground right here. Don't risk putting that ball in jeopardy down here by the goal line.
So Buck checks back into the game. Tristan Capel in as well. Buck to Harvey's left. And snap gets by Harvey. He does a nice job corralling it, but then gets hit hard and going to be dragged down at about the 7-yard line.
Yeah, good job just not worrying about trying to make something big happen after that ball was put on the ground. Just pick it up, get what you can. In this case, that's 2. And you have a third down and goal at the 7. Still in a good spot here.
Yeah, it looked like Quentin King was the first Anderson County Bulldog to be there to meet him. But yeah, you're right. You did a nice job just to pick that one up and get anything positive. Timeout's going to be taken by Baldwin. It'll give me a chance to tell you about one of our other sponsors, Rice Precision Manufacturing. Baldwin Sports Live is brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing. If you're looking for a great job with a growing family-owned company right here in Baldwin City, then check out Rice Precision Manufacturing. They are actively looking to fill positions for skilled CNC machinists and CNC operators. Excellent pay, competitive benefit packages, a climate-controlled work environment, and friendly support staff. dedicated to the betterment of their employees. Send an email to jobs@riceprecision.com to schedule an interview today.
Big third down coming up here for the Bulldogs. 7-yard line for Baldwin, I should say. Both teams Bulldogs tonight. So Baldwin's got a third down and goal here at the 7. Brendan O'Connor's been a nice little surprise in the kicking game, but Baldwin has their eyes on touchdown right now. And I think if you had Bob Lisher on a microphone right now, he'd tell you you got 2 plays to get these 7 yards right here. So I expect Baldwin to fully be going for the touchdown in these next 2 plays.
The way they've been running the ball tonight, I'd expect them to probably keep it on the ground again here. Bucks to Harvey's right, trips left. They'll fake it. Harvey's going to roll out right. He's going to throw it to the end zone. He's got a man, and that is caught in the end zone. That's Sam Darnell, the big tight end. That's 2 rushing touchdowns for Jack Harvey, and now put a passing touchdown on the board.
Yeah, I thought he had a chance to run that one in perhaps, but Harvey spotted Darnell, who does a great job on those crossing routes. They do like to get Darnell deep sometimes, but they love him on those crossing, those mid-range routes. And right there, that's a big target. We see it on the basketball floor, his ability to go up and grab a rebound. That's basically what he did right there. Just high point that, go up, secure it. Big-time touchdown for the Bulldogs.
So Brendan O'Connor on for the extra point try. He missed his first one. 6 foot, 185-pound freshman. It's good last week kicking extra points, and this one looks like it is up and good. So 21-7, the Baldwin lead here. You are watching Baldwin football on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
.4:15 left in the first half. Baldwin looking good tonight on homecoming from Liston Stadium. They're up 21-7. Putting together touchdown drive after touchdown drive. This kick is away. Will be returned by Trey Clark. That's Cameron Wilson, excuse me. He's got some more running room. That kickoff coverage team giving up pretty good starting field position for Anderson County. They'll start from their own 36-yard line once again.
And that's been the only points that Anderson County has been able to score, was that kick return touchdown after the Bulldogs, after Baldwin's first touchdown drive. And similar to last week, the only time they got stopped last week outside of the possession that ended the game when they were just running the clock out was when they had that turnover, that interception. So far tonight, the only time they've been stopped was an interception on their second drive. Other than that, 3 touchdown drives.
Yeah, so a 77-yard touchdown return on the first kickoff Anderson County received, and then 2 punts after that. So see if Baldwin can hold stout again. There's about a 10-yard run. We'll see if they give him the first down. This near line judge looks like he's about a yard short. It'll be 2nd and 1.
4 minutes left in this first half, so big 4 minutes here. If you're Baldwin, you'd love to keep this a 2-score game. Anderson County will get the ball to start the second half, so you don't want them to be able to piggyback touchdown drives here at the end of the first half and the start of the second half. So that makes this a bigger possession than it may appear, even though you're up 14.
Absolutely. Here's John Wright off the left side. He's got some running room, and he'll be out of bounds with an Anderson County first down. Stay tuned to halftime for the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. We'll recap some of the drives here, run down some first half stats, get our thoughts on how things are going. We mentioned coming into this one that Anderson County was a really good first half team, not so much in the second half. They scored 69 first half points, 21 in the second half, and just 7 of those in the fourth quarter. So it's definitely not what putting the 4s up is all about when you head into the fourth quarter. but opportunity knocks for Baldwin. Cameron Williams on a toss play outright. Gets about 3. Dragged down by a couple Bulldogs. It's Darnell and
Ball came out to number 32, Cameron Wilson.
I believe Brett Davidson was in there as well.
For what it's worth, I think the whole put the 4 fingers, and I think that's one of the silliest things that anybody does. But
I'll remember that. I don't disagree with you, actually.
Harvey looks like he may have a equipment issue here with his helmet, so he's going to come out, and Jaden Michael will come on for a play here.
So they'll take the snap, they'll give it off to Clark. He's going to be wrestled down immediately. Once again, that was big Brett Davidson.
Davidson and Van Horn have just been so good on that defensive line again tonight. And Harvey still on the sideline getting that helmet issue figured out, and I bring that up because, again, he is a big-time player out of the secondary in both the pass and rush defense. He really run fills well, and here on a big 3rd down and 6, they try to make a stop late in the half. They'd love to have him out there, but they don't.
Yeah, 4th 3rd down attempt of the game. They've only converted once. Here's Keyser. He's going to throw it. He's got a man at the sideline, and a nice catch made by Dallas Keyser.
I'm going to say incomplete.
Incomplete. He's out of bounds. I thought he came down in bounds with it. It was a good effort.
And he certainly caught the ball as far as the hands go, but was sliding on that sideline, and I'm with you. At first glance, looked like he made that catch, and again, they went right where that would have been Harvey, the safety covering that play. Now Jack is back in there for Baldwin. Huge 4th down. It looks like Anderson County wants to go for it, or they're going to at the very least talk it over. Wouldn't be surprised to see him take a timeout here in just a bit and talk about this a little bit further. But a big decision coming up at this spot of the field. You feel like you're kind of giving some yardage away if you punt it, but if you turn it over on downs here with 2 minutes and change to go, that sets up Baldwin with a great opportunity as well. So they will indeed take that timeout to talk it over a little bit more.
Yeah, it's probably a smart call. 2:11 left here. That's a tough decision for sure. Baldwin Sports Live is presented by The Bullpen. Brought to you in part by The Bullpen, I should say, your locally owned sports bar located in historic downtown Baldwin City. Open for lunch through 2 a.m. Monday through Saturday. A perfect place to go before, during, or after the game. Sports on every TV, live entertainment, and great specials. Follow them on Facebook at Bullpen Baldwin City for all the latest happenings at the Bullpen. You might even see Price down there every now and then.
I'm a bachelor in it tonight. Wife and the baby are out of town, so I might have to go down to the Bullpen after the game. Celebrate a Baldwin victory, hopefully, which to this point, nearly halfway through, is setting up with a good chance for them. And it looks like the punt team's coming out here for Anderson County. So after talking it over, they've decided to send the punt team, but I wouldn't be sold on it. Be looking for maybe a fake or something right here. This would be the time and the spot to do that if you're going to, if you're Anderson County.
I was just going to say, be ready for a fake, especially coming out of the timeout. Could have drawn something up.
Exactly.
They will punt it away. Cody Buck was back to where he received. That ball was kind of shanked again, and once again it's going to take an Anderson County bounce for about 10 yards. It's going to be down at about the own 15 of Baldwin, so 1st and 10 from their own 15.
Yeah, so the conservative play there from Anderson County with only 2 minutes left. They're going to say, Baldwin, if you're going to do this, you're going to have to go the length of the field. That hasn't been a problem yet for Baldwin. Now, they've done it mostly with the running attack. Clock stops on a 1st down until they get the chains moved. You have 2 timeouts, and you still have 2 minutes. So as well as Baldwin has run the ball, the big plays they've been able to get with their running attack, you don't have to be forced to go to the air here. You still have the option to run the football, at least in this first set of downs.
Baldwin scored touchdowns on 3 of their 4 possessions. Interception from Harvey, the only blip on the radar. Let's see if they can't go the length of the field here right before halftime. Here's Harvey. He's got a big hole out the right side. Got a lot of running room, a stiff arm. He's out to the 30-yard line.
So there you go. Now the clock's going to stop momentarily. He was tackled in bounds, so you need to get up there and be ready to snap this ball again. But with chunks like that, you got an eternity still with 1:45.
And still 2 timeouts for Baldwin as well. 1:40 and ticking down in the first half. Look good so far, up 21-7. Harvey's going to roll out left. He's got a man. It's deep grocery, and it's going to be underthrown a little bit and picked off by his fellow quarterback, Preston Keyser, who also plays safety. And it looked like he had grocery, just underthrew him a little bit.
Yeah, you had to throw off balance and had to kind of contort his body to try to make that throw. That's something you'll see Patrick Mahomes maybe do on a Sunday, but it's not as easy as he makes it look, and that's costly. I mean, now you give that ball back, and again, you are up 2 scores if you're Baldwin, but Anderson County will get the ball to start the second half, so Baldwin would have really loved to be the ones either scoring or still possessing the football at the end of the half. This puts some pressure once again on the Baldwin defense. To this point, they've been up to the task, but this is a big 1:21 left.
No doubt they'll start from plus territory at the Baldwin 47-yard line. See if they try to up the tempo a little bit. Just 1 timeout remaining. And they're going to run a reverse pass. Dallas Keyser is going to find his man Maston right down the right sideline, and a nice touchdown saving tackle by Cody Buck. But down it to the 3-yard line goes Anderson County with minute 13 to go in this first half.
I love it from Anderson County. That's the perfect time to come out after that sudden change and run a play like that. And, Cody Buck, touchdown saving tackle. It looks like he may have come up a little bit gimpy after making that on that shoulder, perhaps. He's going to come out of the game, but that was a big play. At least it gives your defense still a chance to make this stop.
See if Baldwin can't come up with a big goal line stand now. It's Trey Clark behind Keyser. He hands it to him, and he's met right there by Wesley Martin. Said, "You shall now go no farther."
That's right.
Now 50 seconds. I said only 1 timeout for Anderson County, so they're gonna have to run this play in.
Yeah, so they're not panicked. Yeah, they still got time, but that clock is obviously running, and they do have that opportunity to still stop it one more time, so they can still run the ball. Certainly, they don't have to be forced to throw it yet.
Yeah, one more play like that, and maybe it is panic time, but sets that 1 timeout. Now they're gonna run a little bit of wildcat with John Wright. Just taking the snap. And a false start once again, 3rd time Anderson County's been called for a false start. That's a big penalty and a big spot.
Oh yeah, that's huge, because now you lost 20 seconds worth of time when you felt like, okay, we still have plenty of time. We got 20 seconds from the 3-yard line. Well, now 20 seconds from back at the 8-yard line feels a whole lot different.
And we're going to run a wildcat formation with number 21, the running back John Wright, taking the snap, but now Keyser back in at quarterback. Hands it to John Wright out the left side, and he's hit hard and dropped by Jack Harvey. Bringing the lumber, the quarterback.
What a hit.
Now just 5 seconds, Anderson County's forced to take that timeout. He said, "No, you're not getting to that pylon, son."
What a hit by Harvey. And we have talked about how physical he likes to be, and right there was the perfect show of that. And now you come down to 1 play. You basically have a 2-point conversion coming up here. 3rd down and goal from the 2 with 5 seconds. You have a 2-point conversion that's worth a little bit more is really what it comes down to right now. And again, go back to that tackle that was made by Cody Buck on that big reverse pass.
Yeah,
that kind of trick play that Anderson County made, and Cody didn't just take for granted that touchdown. He hustled, made that stop, and has allowed this opportunity now for Baldwin to perhaps come up with a huge stop. But one more stop or one more play at least. 5 seconds, something really quick. Perhaps you still have 2 plays you have to defend.
So it is homecoming night here at Liston Stadium. A lot of folks dressed up in the student section. I think we saw a space cowboy earlier. But the students really bringing the energy and trying to help out the Baldwin Bulldogs here on a 3rd down and about 2, maybe 3. But this could be a huge stop. Keyser's got Clark behind him. He hands it to Clark, and he's dropped.
There's that man again, Jake Van Horn. And Anderson County committed to saying we're going to run 1 play, obviously without a timeout. If they would have tried a quick pass, maybe you could have snuck in 2 opportunities at it. They committed to saying we're going 1 play, running it, trying to get this in. And Jake Van Horn, yet again, comes up with a big Baldwin stop and a huge goal line stand to keep this a 2-score lead going into half.
All right, so Baldwin up 21-7 going into the half. Up next is the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Don't go away. We'll be right back on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
All right, welcome back to Liston Stadium. This is the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. It's brought to you by your Farm Bureau Financial Services agent in Baldwin City, Kelly Neufeld. There to help you protect what matters most. That's Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting and see how Kelly and his team can help you achieve your financial goals, both present and future. We'll take a look at the first half, run down the summary of the drives, hit some of the key moments that happened. Anderson County won the opening coin toss, deferred to the second half, so they'll receive it to start the second half. But Baldwin got the kick, started from their own 26, and went 9 plays, 74 yards, scored a first touchdown. Jack Harvey on his first rushing touchdown of the game looked pretty good in that opening drive, Bryce.
Yeah, they set the tone right away, kind of picking up where they left off last week with the offensive success, the running success, and that was a great way to start the game. It quickly went back the other way on the ensuing kickoff, though.
Quickly went back the other way on the kickoff, 77 yards on the kickoff return, all the way to the end zone for Anderson County, and so that made the score 7-6 after Baldwin missed their extra point on the first try. Anderson County made theirs, but Baldwin got it back down by a point, and Jack Harvey, 4 plays, started from their own 34, threw an interception, his first of 2 picks in the first half. But Baldwin forced a punt from Anderson County, two straight punts actually, and then two more touchdowns, I should say, from Baldwin, one more on the ground from Jack Harvey and one through the air. So some pretty good balance in the first half from Baldwin offensively. They've mixed up the play calling. They've definitely been a little bit better on the ground, Bryce, but offensively they've looked really good.
Yeah, I was, I don't want to say worried after that interception, but that was the point in the game after you just given up that kick return touchdown, then you throw an interception. That was a spot in the game where maybe some past Baldwin teams would have seen the shoulders drop a little bit and seen the confidence go and have things snowball in a negative way. But the defense able to bounce back after that, and the defense has been really good in this game. I mean, the only points on the board came via that kick return touchdown, and other than that, they have shut down Anderson County. So the defense able to pick the offense up, if you will, and make those stops and allow them to continue then to get their rhythm back offensively and find some more success. So a really, really strong first half.
Yeah, absolutely. Defensively, after that opening kick return, it's kind of the only blip. They forced 3 straight punts, and then right before half there on the goal line made a huge goal line stand. Jack Harvey with a nice hit out of bounds. Cody Buck made that huge play on the pass, bringing him down just shy of the goal line. So that was a big momentum boost before half, going into half, and then hopefully Baldwin can come out of the half and ride that high and finish out this game strong.
Well, there's no question. I mean, that's the type of effort plays that winning programs make, that winning players make, and it would have been very easy for Cody to just say, oh, darn it, they got us. They hit us with one there and then let the guy go in and score the touchdown. And then you're looking at a one-score game right now with Anderson County set to get the football again and a chance to go down and perhaps tie this ball game up. But the effort, the willingness to say, no, we're not going to let it happen easily, sets up the opportunity then for that goal line stand. The defensive line has been great again, making plays in the backfield, and a really good half of football, maybe outside of the kick coverage team. That's the special teams unit there let them down, but they've picked that unit up, and they've made other plays to make up for it, and they've got themselves in a really good spot right here, up by 2 scores now at the half.
All right, we're going to take a break here on the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. We'll be back. We'll check some of the numbers with Bryce. You are watching Baldwin Football on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
At Baldwin State Bank, we love being part of the community we serve. Our roots run deep in Baldwin City, and our commitment runs deeper. Whether it's that dream house you can't wait to call home, or the trust of your personal finances, both present and future, we're here to serve you, our customers, our neighbors. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs for more than 100 years and counting. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Welcome back to Liston Stadium, a beautiful Friday night for homecoming. You see some of the homecoming festivities taking place out on the field. And here it's time to check some of the numbers, take a look at some of the first half stats, brought to you by New Frontier Tax Services. Yeah, go to 608 High Street in Baldwin City, where they want to remind you that it's never too early to start thinking about tax season. Call for helpful tips on how to best prepare and learn about upcoming changes to maximize your return. Timely, accurate, and reliable services at an affordable cost to help your business grow and succeed. Visit newfrontiertbs.com or call 785-594-1204 to learn more. Here's Bryce with some of the numbers, individual numbers from the first half.
Yeah, so 21-7 ball game here at the break. Baldwin with that 2-score lead, and we talked about the success of the defense. They only gave up 114 yards in that first half to Anderson County, and 45 of that came on that reverse pass. If you take that one play away, that 45-yard pass, this is an offense for Anderson County that averaged just over 3 yards per play in that first half. Now, with that one big play, it bumps that average up a little bit, but still only 3 yards per rush. Baldwin, on the other side, averaging almost 13 yards per carry right now in this ball game, as the Bulldogs ran for 218 yards in the first half, 246 total offense. Anderson County just 51 rushing, 63 passing yards in the first half. The big plays, big advantage there for Baldwin. 11 plays of 10 or more yards, 3 plays of 20-plus yards. Anderson County just 4 explosive plays, and only one of those for 20-plus. 2 Baldwin turnovers. That, in a lot of cases, would be a bad thing, and it's not a good thing here. But, again, the defense able to pick the offense up because of those 2 turnovers, and really now you can wipe the slate clean with those, and they mean nothing to a certain extent now as we go to the second half, and you were able to avoid giving up anything off of those turnovers. So Baldwin in a good spot there. Some of the individual numbers in this first half for Anderson County. Preston Keyser, 2 out of 4 through the air, just 18 yards passing. He ran 7 times, but just 6 yards, as he had a couple of big sacks that kind of negated some of his rushing totals there. The big pass it was completed was from Dallas Keyser on that reverse pass, and that one went to Mashton Wright, who hauled in 2 catches for 61 yards in the first half. John Wright, their leading rusher, 4 carries for 29, and Trey Clark, 5 carries for 13 yards in that first half. And it does need to be mentioned again, Jack Crane not playing tonight. He's on crutches, it looks like, over there on the sidelines. So that's a huge blow to Anderson County, and really sad to see their senior running back, a star player for this team, injured in this game. I was looking forward to seeing him run the football tonight, and unfortunately we don't get to see that. I'm hoping that he'll be back before this season's over for Anderson County, but again, he's on crutches it looks like tonight, so hopefully Crane can make a recovery, but without him tonight, that has hurt this Anderson County rushing attack, and Baldwin's defensive line has made the most of the opportunity without their star back. For Baldwin, Jack Harvey, 4 of 6 through the air, 28 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, but on the ground is where Jack has been huge. 9 carries, 114 yards, and 2 touchdowns tonight rushing the football. And Cody Buck, big run game as well, 7 carries, 92 yards for Buck. The touchdown pass went to Darnell, 2 grabs, 19 yards of the score. Grossner, 2 catches for 9 yards in that first half, and Baldwin leads this one 21-7 at the half. And while we're here, they're opening the envelope for the homecoming king and queen. Let's listen and see who wins.
And your 2022 homecoming queen is Catherine Welch. And your 2022 homecoming king is Bryden Butel.
There you go, Ryan, the homecoming royalty. Congrats to Catherine Welch and Bryden Butel, the homecoming king and queen here in Baldwin in 2022. And, you know, it's setting up to be a nice, fun homecoming night for Baldwin as
absolutely.
the football team is putting together a nice performance here in this ball game tonight. Baldwin hasn't won a game here at home on homecoming since 2018. They did win their homecoming game in 2020, but that was the weird COVID year, and the game was actually played in Eudora against Osawatomie for homecoming. Yeah, nobody wants to remember all of that. 2018 last time here at Liston Stadium at home, they won a homecoming game, and they're in a position to do that yet again tonight after a really strong first half of football.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but I remember back to my playing days, homecoming was one of my favorites of the season. You know, is all the build-up, you get the pep rallies, there's always a big crowd at the game, everyone's excited, you see some alumni maybe that you've played with in years past, so yeah, it was always fun. You look kind of forward to the dance later, and I know coaches probably don't like it though. There's a lot of distractions that come across, and you know, they're kind of like to keep all the distractions out, but it's been a pretty fun night for Baldwin so far. Hopefully they can keep it going in the second half. We'll take another break here on the Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. We'll come back, take a look at some of the upcoming schedules, some upcoming broadcasts here on Baldwin Sports Live. Also, maybe take a look around the league and see some of the other scores going on. So this is Baldwin Sports Live presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
With Heartland Plumbing, you get full-service plumbing from a real plumber, not a sales guy who's just there to fix a leak. Heartland Plumbing sets appointments they hold true to, not an inconvenient block of time they might be there. With a strong reputation and years of quality service, Heartland Plumbing has the tools and the people to get your plumbing job done on time the first time. Give them a call at 913-856-5846, serving every big town and small town around, residential and commercial. That's Heartland Plumbing, the plumber you can open your door to.
Welcome back to homecoming night here in Baldwin City, Liston Stadium. Baldwin off to a nice lead, 21-7 at the half. Might take a look at the upcoming broadcast schedule here on Baldwin Sports Live, get you some of that. It's been a fun homecoming night, though. Beautiful weather. I mean, picture perfect. We have been just every single week picture perfect weather. I feel like we're going to jinx it one of these times, Bryce.
Yeah, you probably just did.
Yeah, I probably did, but it's been pretty good. You can see the upcoming broadcast schedule there on your screen. Next Friday night, football at Osawatomie. Try to get some scores from around the league tonight, but Then the following week, Thursday and Friday, we'll have broadcasts for you. Soccer on Thursday, the October 13th, 3:45 pregame there, 4 o'clock kickoff. We'll see Tonganoxie visiting Baldwin. Baldwin's got a pretty good soccer team. If you haven't been out to see the boys playing, I would recommend that. They are pretty good. They are rolling this year too, just like volleyball. And if football can get it going, that'd be a nice little trifecta there. So, and then you see the October 14th Friday night game at Bishop Ward, 7 o'clock kick there, 6:40 pregame as well. You got any scores from around the area?
Yeah, so Wellsville and Bishop Ward, that's the big game in the district, because those are the two teams that many had picked to be the front runners in this Class 3A District 3. That game not quite to halftime yet. Wellsville up 21-7 on Bishop Ward. And those are the final two opponents of district play for Baldwin. They've already started out 1-0 with the win over Santa Fe Trail. They've got Osawatomie coming up next week, who is still winless on the year. And then they get Bishop Ward on the road and Wellsville back home. So it's setting up to be some exciting football at the end of the regular season. It's been a few years since Baldwin's been able to kind of say that, and they're, I speaking for them, I'm sure they're looking forward to that opportunity. But they got to obviously take care of business again here tonight. Even though this is a non-district game, it's still an important game just for keeping that confidence rolling. We talked about it off the top. Yeah, you won last week, but can you now stack wins? Can you stack good performances on each other? Because as good as it is to come out and play well and pick up a victory, if you come back the next week and fall flat, then you're just right back to square one. You can't have the one step forward, two step back, and we haven't seen that at all tonight. They've continued to take steps forward. Another really strong first half of football. Now they got to finish this one here tonight. We've talked about Anderson County this year through their 4 games. They have been sort of a first half team, and in the second half, they have seen their scoring numbers go down, their opponent's scoring numbers go up. They've been outscored for the season in the second half now, 63-21, and in the fourth quarter, that margin has even been worse at 43-7. But as you were mentioning at halftime, that doesn't mean that's going to be the case tonight. This might be their biggest second half of the year tonight. You don't know. I would venture to guess it's not going to be, based on what I saw from the Baldwin defense in that first half. I think the Bulldogs are set up, the Baldwin Bulldogs are set up to be in a great spot here in the second half. But we're going to find out real quick, I think, with Anderson County getting the football, Ryan, to start this second half. We're going to find out if Baldwin still has that momentum, and if Baldwin's defense, if they can come out here, put another shutdown drive together, and allow the offense to do what they've done pretty much all night, and that's go down and score outside of the 2 interception possessions. And even those both, I would say, are more of a kind of unnecessarily force the issue. And I don't, maybe unnecessarily is not the right word, because I do want them to continue to be a little aggressive.
Right.
But you didn't necessarily have to have it, but they tried to take some shots. They backfired. That's okay. That happens. But it didn't cost them any confidence, I don't think, because they still feel like they can move the football just fine. So these first defensive, offensive possessions, if you can come out of this and look up there and see yourself up 3 scores all of a sudden and start getting some of that doubt to creep in the mind of Anderson County, you put yourself in a good spot. So big couple of drives coming up to start the second half.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. I think if they come out, they can get it, maybe a 3 and out or just a stop, force another punt, and then get the ball back, go down and score. That's going to start feeling pretty good for Baldwin going forward. And if you're joining us late, we should mention again their Anderson County's top running back, Jack Crane, number 1. He is on the sideline on crutches. We didn't know that coming into this game. He received about 70% of the plays were called for Jack Crane so far this season. So that's a huge, huge miss for Anderson County. And you can tell that they are definitely missing their top guy in Crane. And we'll see in the second half how they look offensively. They've looked pretty disjointed, but we'll see if they can't get it going a little bit more here in the second half, make this game competitive. Baldwin sure hopes not, but we'll see. All right, we will wrap up the halftime show. It has been brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. Your local Farm Bureau Financial Service agent in Baldwin City is Kelly Neufeld. There to help you protect what matters most. That's Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting and see how Kelly and his team can help you achieve your financial goals, both present and future. We'll be right back with the opening kickoff of the second half on Baldwin Sports Live.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider. Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Welcome back to Liston Stadium in Baldwin City. Homecoming night for the Bulldogs, and they've looked pretty good. 21-7 lead after the first half. They will be kicking it away to Anderson County. It's the first time these teams have met since 2003. We mentioned in the open that Baldwin won that game 40-6. They've actually won the last 7 meetings before that, so Anderson County hasn't won since 1997. This ball is going to be fielded by Cameron Wilson. Taking out, gets a nice block. Thought it was in the back. Yeah, they're going to get a flag on that one. He's going to be dragged down, finally, out across the 25-yard line, but they're going to lose some yardage on a block in the back. Looked like number 33 there. That's the tight end, Caden Register.
Yeah, he got Dylan Williams there on that. That's been the most successful part of the game in this one for Anderson County is their kick return unit. And unfortunately, that penalty is going to put them back deeper, and a great chance here for Baldwin's defense to once again make a statement. They were great in the first half. No points surrendered by the defense. The kick return touchdown, the only points for Anderson County. So the Bulldog defense for Baldwin here, a chance with them back at the 10-yard line to once again put together a statement here to start the second half.
Yeah, offensively, it's been 3 punts and then a stop on the goal line right before a half for Anderson County, so nothing really going for them. We'll see if they try to change up their game plan a little bit here. Starting the second half. They'll give it on this jet sweep to John Wright. He's going to be out and brought down by number 64, Dylan Williams, after about a 9-yard gain, though, on first down.
They haven't had much success when they've just run it straight downhill at the Baldwin defense. They've had more success with that, bringing that wing back kind of underneath, run a little counter action with it, and that's been where they're most successful, but it's been limited even to that. They only ran the ball for 3 yards a carry in the first half. Baldwin defensive front very stout in that first 24 minutes.
Keyser looks left side, sets up a screen pass out there for Dallas Keyser. And I think they're going to get another penalty. It looked like a hold out there on the block on the outside. It was a nice gain for Anderson County. Might be brought back.
Yeah, that's Register again, who had the penalty on the kick return, and now he has a penalty here on a hold that negates another really solid play. And that's kind of what doomed a couple of possessions for Anderson County in the first half, were some very bad time penalties. Not that there's ever really a good time for a penalty, but there's certainly worse time for penalties, and they had a few of those in the first half, and another one here to take a first down or close to a first down away and turn it into a first and long here.
Yeah, Caden Register, number 33, a 215-pound senior tight end. A couple penalties. It's hurting Anderson County here on this drive. This time Keyser's going to keep it go out right side, break a couple of tackles before he's finally dragged down by Jack Harvey, but he's going to have a first down out across the 30-yard line.
Brett Davidson is mad at himself. He had Keyser right in the crosshairs in the backfield, and somehow Preston Keyser was able to get away from Davidson, who has played an excellent ball game again here this evening, and they won't let one missed tackle get him down. He's going to be right back in there in that backfield looking to make another play.
Yeah, Keyser hasn't run the ball that much this year, but he's being kind of forced to more tonight with their top option, Jack Crane, being out of action tonight. Set up in the pistol, trips left side. Keyser's going to take the snap, look left side. He'll roll that way. Throws it high. Breaking a tackle is Dallas Keyser.
Yeah, Capel just left his feet a little bit too early right there and allowed Keyser a chance to make the move and get away from him, had him squared up, and just needs to come in there and hit him in the thighs instead of trying to go down at the ankles. Easy for me to say, right? I mean, Tristan, he is, he checks in at 5'7", $130. Dallas Keyser, probably 3 or 4 and 175 pounds. So can't fault Capel for needing to go low, but just maybe left his feet a little early there and gives up 5 yards.
Yeah, Dallas Keyser, the senior tight end, senior wide receiver, I should say. He's had a pretty nice year at top target through the air. It's going to be another false start penalty on Anderson County, and they are just shooting themselves in the foot play after play.
Yeah, so they're up to 5 penalties now in this game. Baldwin's only had the 2 to this point, so that has really been the story every week. Baldwin has been the less penalized team than their opponent, and when you talk about close competitive games, that makes a difference.
100%. That's one of those things we talk about over the course of the season. It's learning how to win games, how to be a winning team, winning program. That's one of those, is not committing a lot of penalties. They've been, like you mentioned, a good job all year. Let's hope we don't jinx them now. Keyser's going to look back to drop. They might be setting up a screen pass. They are. Being brought down by Brett Davidson, though. And the Baldwin Bulldogs sniffed that one out from the beginning.
Yeah, so Davidson did a great job there realizing, okay, this is too easy. We all got through this line way too easy, and so he stopped. He put the brakes on. The rest of the guys continued to pursue and force some pressure onto Keyser and make him get rid of that football, but Davidson just put the brakes on, stayed right there, knowing that this ball's coming out to one of these running backs. It's John right there, and right there to meet him immediately, Brett Davidson, to make a big play for this defense.
Yeah, very heady play by Davidson there. He realized, like you said, right away. So a 3rd down and long now. Keyser's going to drop back to pass again. He's getting pressured by Darnell. Rolling out left side, he's just going to flip it out of bounds.
So this is the first time we've seen this year. Now, they are going to throw the flag here. They've changed that rule in high school football this year. It used to be you never had the option to throw it away as a quarterback. It didn't matter whether you were outside the pocket. It didn't matter whether you threw it to the line of scrimmage. None of that mattered. You couldn't intentionally throw the ball away. They've changed it to the more traditional rule, which most fans are used to seeing when they watch football. But the key here, it didn't get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's still part of it. You can be outside of the pocket, and you can throw the ball away now in high school football like you see on Saturdays and Sundays, and, well, for that matter, Thursdays, Mondays, any day of the week anymore. Yeah. But in that case, it didn't get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's part of that component. You have to be outside of the tackle box. You have to be able to get the ball back to the line of scrimmage, and that would have been an automatic intentional grounding in years past in high school football. It's not an automatic now, but because it didn't get to the line of scrimmage, you see the flag.
Yeah, he did just about everything right there, Keyser, but just couldn't quite get that little shovel pass past the line of scrimmage. So it should lose it down. It should be.
Well, in Baldwin's, I don't know why they're declining the penalty. It's a loss of down penalty, so you can take the penalty and it's still going to be 4th down, but for some reason Baldwin declined the penalty. It's really here nor there because it's going to be a punt either way, but in theory, where he threw that ball, which was around about the 15-yard line, it should have been penalized half the distance to the goal from there, and then still 4th down. So Baldwin gives up maybe 12, 15 yards here, but they're going to get the ball back.
Another high snap on the punt. Having trouble with it. Darnell destroys him, and Baldwin's going to get this ball at the 20-yard line.
They're going to get the 10-yard line after that.
The 10.
So Well, by not taking the penalty, you may have cost your special teams a direct touchdown, but nonetheless, huge play here for Baldwin. The second time tonight we've seen that snap high to Caden Register. He was able to scoop it up back at the first half and still get the punt off. This time, not so fortunate, and you mentioned it, absolutely crushed by Sam Darnell there. And now a golden opportunity for Baldwin to pile on.
Yeah, so we mentioned it at halftime. If Baldwin can come out, get a stop, and then score, they'll be pretty comfortable in this game. They've got half of that equation done. Now the offense back out there. Buck to the left of Harvey. Harvey's going to roll out left side. Look for a man. It's his man again, Darnell, inside the 5-yard line. It'll be second and goal from about the 3.
Schaefer saves the touchdown. Darnell, the sure-handed play, and now 3 yards out. I like the chance to go to the air there, and you've been running the ball so well. Maybe sneak a pass in there, see if you can get one. High percentage look. Go back, pound the rock on the ground now. 3 yards out. Stuff it in there. Give it to Cody Buck. Keep it to Jack Harvey. Keep it on the ground here. Score the touchdown.
That Baldwin offensive line's done a great job so far this game, opening up some big holes. They'll run speed option right. Harvey looks like he's going to keep it. He'll lower his shoulder and get in for another Baldwin touchdown.
Yeah, that's automatic. I mean, it's almost automatic down there with Harvey because he never goes backwards. Harvey is going to fall forward. He's almost a guaranteed 2-3 yards every time he decides to run the football. Even though that was an option look, I don't know that there was much option to it. I think Harvey was going to keep that one from the time he took that snap, and wisely so. No reason to risk a pitch down there by the goal line. Put the ball in the end zone. Great decision there by Harvey.
So back on's the freshman Brendan O'Connor for the extra point. It's up and good. Baldwin looking good on homecoming. They're up 28-7 on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Trindle Lumber Company is the go-to stop for every do-it-yourselfer and professional contractor. They carry a wide variety of plumbing, electrical, and hardware products, along with a vast selection of windows, doors, and paint. Their full-service drive-through lumber yard has what you need for every project and offers free estimates and professional delivery. At Trindle Lumber Company, you get the right products with the best service. Stop by at 1516 South Main in Ottawa or call 785-242-8144.
Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home is honored to be your choice when the difficult time comes to plan a lasting tribute for your loved ones. There to guide you through the process from beginning to end with each family's unique traditions and beliefs in mind. Visit lamb-roberts.com to see all of the services offered, including their online pre-planning tool, or call 785-594-3644 to visit with the caring professionals at Baldwin City's only locally owned funeral service and cremation service provider, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home.
Welcome back, 28-7, the Baldwin lead. Kick it back off to Anderson County. Another pretty good return out across the 35 to about the 38-yard line is where this drive will start, and a late flag being thrown after the play.
And so that happened about 12, 15 yards away from the return. One of the Baldwin guys took a big hit. I think it was Tristan Bass that took the big hit. And an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty is called against Anderson County. So a little frustration there from Anderson County. And again, I didn't see the play specifically. I just saw Tristan getting up off the turf when it was all said and done. So I don't know exactly what happened, but obviously a frustration type of a penalty there taken by Anderson County. And Lucas Catliff is going to get an explanation from the officials. But man, what a start to this second half, Ryan. This is, I mean, the perfect recipe for what we could have drawn up for Baldwin to start this second half. It's exactly what's happened.
Yeah, exactly. And that penalty happened right in front of the official, right in front of the Baldwin bench. So not a very smart play from Anderson County, as they were going to start with pretty good field position once again at about the 38-yard line. Well, they're going to move this ball back to about the 24 now. So every time it seems Anderson County starts getting a little momentum, get a nice play, nice field position, they just shoot themselves in the foot, it seems like, with another penalty.
Yeah, 6 penalties tonight, and they've been some big ones, and this one in that category.
So second possession of the second half for Anderson County. They'll give it to Dallas Keyser, coming off a jet motion left side. He breaks the tackle, finally be dragged down out across the 40-yard line, but a nice play there for Anderson County.
Yeah, I think they're going to get another hold, though. Maston Wright on the outside for Anderson County. I believe may have been holding on, trying to set there, keep that edge over there. So we'll see what the officials saw, but
starting to sound like a broken record every time.
Now they're
going to
wave
wave it off. So that is going to be a nice run from Dallas Keyser. They went jet motion, similar to what Baldwin likes to do, and gave it to the receiver, got it to one of their better playmakers, and he was able to make a play, get out to the 43-yard line.
Yeah, 19 yards on that first down play, and they, big plays like that, the chunk plays have been tough to come by tonight for Anderson County. See if they can use this one.
Here's another handoff to John Wright. The play's going to be blown dead.
Knee went down at the 44, it looked like. So just a yard. He kind of got tripped up coming through the line there. And Baldwin's defense has been so good on the interior. So what has Anderson County done now? They've gone twice now to try and get on the edge, get outside of that defensive line for Baldwin. So that means if you're Sam Darnell, if you're Vance Morgan over the other side, or those corners, you're going to set the edge here and not let them turn the corner.
Yeah, that Baldwin defensive line's done a nice job all year, especially tonight, holding their own up there in the trenches. 2nd down and 9. Keyser's going to look to throw. He's going to be pressured once again. Vance Morgan and Darnell chase him. That ball is going to be intercepted, but out of bounds. Yeah, they're going to call him out of bounds.
Yeah, Capel just didn't have enough room to get his feet in, or a foot in, to make an interception there, but good pressure, and that's Preston Keyser's been under a bunch of pressure in this game, and it's once you start having success as a pass rush, it's just like blood in the water all of a sudden. And then you got Darnell and you got Morgan coming off the edges, and they're just looking for those big sacks now because they've experienced that success already in the pass rush, and now they want more.
Yeah, I don't think Keyser's had one clean pocket to throw from. Every time he's dropped back to pass, they've had to roll him out, and he's still been under pressure. He'll take another snap and be under pressure by Vance Morgan immediately again. He'll have to throw it away. This time does get it back to the line of scrimmage. So an incomplete pass on 3rd down will bring up a 4th and 9. This Baldwin defense is looking stout tonight.
Yeah, and again, just no chance if you're Preston Keyser right there. There's nothing the quarterback can do. I mean, Vance Morgan is coming untouched right off the edge at a 45-degree angle to your quarterback, and he has no chance to make any type of a legitimate read down the field. He's just having to throw up a Hail Mary, if anything, and in that case, just had to throw it away.
So on is Garrison Martin, the punter. They've been bad snaps almost every time. He brings that one down, another high one. It's a short one out to the right side, and Baldwin's going to have some pretty decent starting field position.
And you feel bad for Register, don't you? I mean, or Martin, I should say, because he has been able to go up and get a couple of those snaps. 2 of them have been costly, one really costly, the last one prior to that. But it's been a tough night on that long snap to the punter exchange in this game. And Baldwin, really good chance now with 6:40 left in this 3rd quarter. Ryan up 3 scores, all the momentum in the world right now. This is put the, I don't want to necessarily put the nail in time, but this is a chance to Baldwin to just really put him in a stranglehold.
Yeah, I think you just don't want to take your foot off the gas if you're Baldwin here. You've been great all game long. They'll hand it off to Buck. He's looking for room out on the right side, and he'll be stacked up by a host of Anderson County Bulldogs.
The other thing I think if you're Baldwin right here, what you don't want to do is you don't want to get maybe too greedy with this. And, we've seen a couple of interceptions already in this ball game, and they have not, Anderson County, I should say, has not shown the ability to really stop your rushing attack or your intermediate passing game. As much as it might be tempting to fire that deep 50-yard bomb down the middle of the field, keep going with what's been working and just go add 6-7 more points on the board.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. 2-by-2, the formation, spread formation. Like Buck got away with a false start, act like he was going in motion. Harvey's going to roll out left and just tuck this one and run it. And he's going to have a 1st down out across the 50 into plus territory. Nice decision there from Jack Harvey.
Yeah, you're right. It looked like Buck may have had a false start. It was not really abrupt move, and that was one of those where you can kind of get away with it because as a back, you are able to move pre-snap. You just can't make any type of herky-jerky movement or simulating a snap type thing. That was certainly borderline. If you're Anderson County, you're complaining because you thought that should have been a flag, and you probably have a case.
Because they've had, about 4 false starts called on them. I can imagine they're not very happy on that sideline. Harvey's going to keep it once again out the right side. Going to break a tackle from Register and be brought down by Dallas Keyser on the far side. But like you mentioned, Bryce, just keep the ball on the ground about 4 yards at a time. That's all you need. Just matriculate this ball down the field and work some clock.
Absolutely. Keep that clock running. I mean, you're in a tremendous spot in this ball game. Your defense has, to this point, shown you that it's going to be awfully tough to even give up 21 points this point moving forward, let alone if you can continue to add. But let the clock run, chew up some yardage. Just sound offense right now. That's what you're looking for out of Baldwin. You don't want any big type of explosive play to go against you.
This time it'll be Cody Buck off left guard. He gets a couple. Brought down by Clark. Also Porter Foltz in there to make the tackle. So a third down here, about 3 yards to go. Baldwin's been good all game long on offense. See where they go here.
Yeah, this has been a Darnell crossing route, a quick swing out to Grossner in the flat type of a scenario here for Baldwin, but probably 4-down territory where you're at as well, so wouldn't be surprised to see the option look. We've seen that multiple times tonight, maybe a spot for it here.
Anderson County looks like they're bringing a blitz. Harvey fakes it, runs. He's got a lot of running room out across the right side once again. They ran right past that blitz that Anderson County brought, and Harvey's down at the 15-yard line. Another big run for Jack.
Yeah, Quentin King did a good job for Anderson County. He got through the line, was there, but it was a read option, and it was read perfectly by Harvey. Put it in the belly of Buck. Defender went that way, took him, pulls it out, gets downfield, and that's the other thing. He gets downfield. He doesn't dance around. Harvey is not a guy that's going to dance and try to be cute with the ball. He gets downfield, lowers his shoulders, and is always looking to gain positive yards.
Harvey takes another snap, gives another speed option look left, cuts it back right side, and hit and dropped immediately. Foltz there once again. Also on the tackle was Garrison Martin, a senior. Once again, just another 3-4 yard gain. That's all you're looking for. Sets up second down, 7 to go, 2:50 and counting here in the third quarter. Baldwin leading 28-7. Been looking good throughout on this homecoming night. Harvey's going to look to throw it. He's got Grossner left side. A quick route. Going to be dragged down at about the 6-yard line, so close to a first down. I think they're going to mark him a little bit short. Bring up a third down and short, it looks like.
Yeah, there's a hold on Baldwin, though, back at the pass protection, so that's going to wipe that off and make it second a little bit longer than that. But, again, Baldwin being behind the chains hasn't affected them in this ball game because they've been able to just gain yards at will pretty much. And why not go to the air now? I've been saying all night, run the ball, but trust Harvey to make a good decision here. He seems to be in a pretty good rhythm throwing the football, so now you're facing second down and 20.
Maybe time for a little play action pop pass. They like going to Darnell off the play action. Big target. Second and 20. From the Anderson County 25-yard line. They go trips left side. Buck to the left of Harvey. He'll roll out left side. He looks like he's got a man. Grossner in the end zone. He's going to throw it to him, and Grossner's got it. A nice connection from Harvey to Grossner for yet again another Baldwin touchdown.
Just a perfectly dropped-in pass right there by Jack Harvey. Just put it right on the money. And Grossner, if you get a chance, anybody who's watching, you can rewind and watch the replay, if you will, for yourself. He a little subtle, kind of just stopped. He just hesitated just a bit, and it allowed forced that defender to kind of have to fall off and put the brakes on momentarily, and then Grossner able to accelerate back and make the catch on a perfectly placed ball.
Oh, the extra points doinked off the right upright by O'Connor, but Baldwin leads it 34-7, just under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
For unbeatable service from a company you can trust, there's only one choice. Clint Davis and the One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning team have the expertise you need when it comes to the comfort of your family. Not only will they get the job done right, but they'll explain the preventative maintenance needed to avoid those costly emergency repairs. To schedule a free quote, call 785-393-9329 and join the Preferred Maintenance Club for special discounts. One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, the one and only choice for the comfort of your family.
Welcome back to kick return by Dallas Keyser. He is breaking tackles, winding around. This kickoff coverage team for Baldwin having a tough time getting the returners down, but they finally drag him down at about the 23.
Keyser refusing to go down.
Baldwin Sports Live is presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the #1 land brokerage for farm, ranch, and recreational properties. Local Baldwin City brokers Shad and Penny Sheldon are ready to help you find your dream property, like the Apponeaux Creek Retreat, available now in Franklin County, a perfect recreational slice of heaven for the avid outdoorsman. Nearly 115 pristine acres with a fully furnished solar-powered cabin. See this stunning property and more at haydenoutdoors.com or email shad@haydenoutdoors.com or penny@haydenoutdoors.com. Anderson County starts off this drive with a pass. He's going to scramble around and get, looks like, back to the line of scrimmage, so don't count that as a sack.
He ends up with one before Darnell can make the tackle, and right now Baldwin's just pinning their ears back. They are just bringing the house. I would expect a screen pass coming up here very quickly from Anderson County. They tried one earlier and it didn't work, but the way the Baldwin pass rush is just coming after Keyser right now, that's the only way, or one of the best ways anyway, to slow up that pass rush is to mix in a screen pass right here. So that would be on my radar if I'm Baldwin's defense right now.
Anderson County has punted the ball 5 times tonight. Twice already in the second half. As Keyser keeping it once again, and some extracurricular after the play. Doesn't look like they threw a flag. Short game for Keyser.
Yeah, it was just the forward progress was being stopped by the officials and the players. Of course, they're just trying to finish the tackle and not hearing the whistle maybe, but all's good there. And big third down as Anderson County is running out of time right now, nearing the end of this third quarter, and they just have had no success offensively tonight. No points from this offense. The only score came on their kick return back after the opening drive of the game for Baldwin.
20 seconds and counting left in the third quarter. Anderson County hasn't been able to mount much of anything offensively. Looked to pass this time, and that ball is through the hands of Maston Wright. A little bit high, but pretty nice coverage there by Tristan Capel as well.
Now, again, if you're Baldwin right now, what you don't want is the big play. So Capel doing a good job there. No reason to try to bite, come underneath, because a double move perhaps is coming here as they need big plays. So Capel does a good job just staying on the hip there. The receiver, even if he catches the ball, okay, you give up the 8 yards, it's first down, but you live to stop him on the next series. So good, smart defense there by Capel.
So fourth down, and Anderson County looks like they're going to punt it once again. Another bad snap, a low one this time handled by Martin. He gets it away. It's a better punt. It's going to bound out of bounds at about the 38-yard line.
And that looked like, you know, your golf game when you're hooking and hooking and hooking, and then you overcorrect to the slice. Every snap's been high, so now it's overcorrected to low. But Martin able to get rid of that ball, and now Baldwin, one play left here before the end of this quarter, in full control of this contest.
Yeah, it has seemed pretty easy for Baldwin offensively to kind of just do whatever they like, run it with Jack Harvey, Cody Buck. Vance Morgan's got a couple of touches. Thrown it to Darnell and seen Grosser on a touchdown grab. Just a good night all around offensively for the Baldwin Bulldogs. 5 seconds to go here in the third quarter. What do you do here? See if they throw it deep. They won't. They'll hand it off. It's Cody Buck spinning his way for about a 3-4 yard gain. And that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. It's been a fun one here on homecoming night. 34-7, Baldwin leads it. We'll be back with the fourth here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Kelly Neufeld and his team at Farm Bureau Financial Services are there to help you protect what matters most in your life. From insurance plans customized to fit everything you need covered to comprehensive financial planning to help you achieve your goals both present and future. Kelly works uniquely with you face to face to gain confidence in your financial well-being. Call 785-594-1055 to set up a meeting with Kelly Neufeld at Farm Bureau Financial Services in Baldwin City. It's your future. Let's protect it. Dr. Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Tonight's game plan's been brought to you by your local State Farm insurance agent, Codiano. It's a good time to stop by and review your policy as kids head back to school or off to college. Whether it's updating a current policy or you're looking to switch to something brand new, Cody would love for you to stop by and see how he can help a neighbor out. Call 785-594-0270 or visit CodyIsMyAgent.com. Here goes Cody Buck. He's got a lot of running room, and he's got a foot race to the end zone. 15, he's caught and dragged down.
Cody may be your agent, and Cody's our running back, too.
Absolutely, right on cue.
Right, you saw that State Farm Insurance game plan that was up there on the screen momentarily, and, it's funny because really, well, for starters, we didn't realize Crane was obviously not going to be in the lineup tonight for Anderson County, so that certainly makes a difference. But if you could change that, I guess you'd say, focus on the running game, and they've done that. They've keyed on that running game, and they have stuffed it tonight. Taking care of the football, they really haven't. They've turned it over twice. They had a bad kick coverage a couple times, but it's finished strong. Obviously, we'll see with these final 12 minutes, but I think I like what we've got going here for them. And sometimes you don't have to do everything perfect because you just play well enough to overcome it, and that's been the thing. The Bulldogs have played well enough to overcome the turnovers, to overcome the special teams miscue, and they've made a fair share of big plays themselves, and the offense has just been electric.
Harvey's going to option this one out to Buck, and this time he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. That was a much better job defending the option that time by Anderson County. They strung that one out as wide as they could.
Yeah, they finally got multiple guys to the ball. An option, ideally, if you're an option offense, what you want is that one-on-one matchup, one defender with two of you guys, the quarterback and the pitch guy, and that's been the case all night, and so Jack Harvey's been able to just roast him with the option. There was pursuit for Anderson County, so they had a guy to take a quarterback, they had a guy to take the pitch man, and then that makes it obviously a tough situation for the offense, so a good stop there by Anderson County.
We've mentioned some of Anderson County's struggles in the fourth quarter, been outscored 43-7 so far this year in the fourth quarter. See if that trend continues. Here's Darnell on a little screen pass left side, didn't get a ton of blocking, only got a yard out there. Set up a third down and long. Third down and about 8 for the Bulldogs.
Well, they're certainly still playing hard. That's 2 plays in a row where good pursuit by the defense has made the play for Anderson County. So they have not thrown in the towel, so to speak, at this point with a whole quarter to go. Funny things can happen out here on the football field. Baldwin certainly likes the position they're in, and they'd love it even more if they can cap off this drive for more points.
Thought Harvey was going to look to throw. He might still. He scrambled around, bought himself some more time, and it went right through the hands of Sam Darnell. It was going to be a tough adjustment he had to make on that one. It was a little bit behind him, but nice job by Harvey to scramble around, buy himself some more time, and keep his eyes downfield.
Yeah, he twisted Darnell around there to try to make that catch, and in a different situation maybe, not up 27 at this point, you may see Harvey just go ahead and tuck that and run it, but I have no problem with him trying to make a play, give a guy a chance to make a catch right there. There's no harm in doing that. It was a safe throw. Darnell was open, so you just threw it a little bit behind him. No harm, no foul. Get it right here on fourth down now.
Yeah, Darnell's had a pretty nice night. A big, safe target for Harvey. Now a 4th and long. And a couple of Baldwin guys are going to get called for a false start. So it makes it a 4th and longer.
And that's just the 3rd penalty of the game for the Bulldogs, who have been great tonight. Baldwin not committing the penalties, not hurting themselves again. This one obviously hurts. 4th and 8 or 4th and 13. Neither are ideal. 4th and 13 certainly less ideal, but either way, you're probably going to the air in this situation. I don't think it really changes your play call a whole lot right now.
I thought maybe we might see our first field goal attempt of the year. Give O'Connor a try. He's been pretty good, but they'll go for it here on 4th and long. Harvey will fake it, scramble out right side. He's got a lot of running room. He can get to the end zone, and Jack's going to do just that. Another rushing touchdown for Jack Harvey. Put 40 on the board for Baldwin.
A career high 4 rushing touchdowns, and Anderson County brought the house right there. They were saying, okay, you need 13 yards. We're not going to give you time to survey and get the ball that deep. Well, the part they don't account for there is if you don't get to him and you give him any kind of a lane, Harvey's going to be right through you and slice you up, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, Jack's thrown those 2 interceptions, but other than that, having an absolute career night here on homecoming. The kick is good. It is 41-7 Baldwin here on homecoming night on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
Welcome back. Baldwin looking good. 41-7 the lead. Kickoff is a short one. It's going to be caught by Trey Clark, one of the running backs, and brought down immediately. So they gave up that 77-yard kick return in the first half. They haven't been that great covering kicks, and so they just pooched that one.
Yeah, that's been really, I mean, honestly, that's been the only blemish you can pretty much find in this ball game is the kick coverage. And, you know, that's getting somewhat nitpicky at this point, but, you know, that's a good thing. When you can start having to nitpick on issues, that's a huge step from where the Baldwin Bulldogs have been. And I mean, the last 2 weeks they have put together, this quarter not yet finished, but I mean, they put together 8 really good quarters of football over the last 2 weeks.
Absolutely trying to keep it going here on this drive. They'll hand it off to Trey Clark out the right side. He's got a ton of running room. He's not going to be touched until he gets to the plus 40-yard line. Dragged down at about the Baldwin 39. It's like Cody Buck came up a little bit limping. He's going to limp off the field.
And so that's the thing, though. Now you still want to finish this game, and you know I don't say finish meaning in jeopardy of losing this game. I don't think that's a question now, up 41-7. But you've got to finish this game, and you don't want to have the last taste of this victory being being something that doesn't taste that good. And now you see Buck get hurt. Now Van Horn coming off. You know, both coming off under their own power, but you know. That's the trouble here, Baldwin. They're not terribly deep. They don't have a ton of extra bodies. It's not as easy as just saying, well, hey, just put in a whole new platoon. I mean, they have some extra guys, but I bet you won't see the big-time starters playing a whole lot longer after seeing 2 come off the field now.
Yeah, Tristan Bass, the junior, is out there now for Cody Buck, and this is John Wright, who's rumbling down. Bass got a face mask full of him. Nice run out off the left side for another Anderson County first down.
And the other thing when I say finish strong is you have to keep playing hard even when it comes to, you know, getting injuries and things like that. Sometimes when you start taking the pedal off the gas a little bit and you're kind of going through the motions, that can open yourself up to that kind of stuff. So got to keep focused here and continue to play through.
And you mentioned Anderson County still playing very hard every play.
Definitely.
Clark's going to run it off the right tackle. Get a couple yards, maybe 3 be brought down.
Yeah, the intensity level has not dropped at all for Anderson County, and credit to those guys for that. They are trying to kind of the opposite of Baldwin. We talk about, Baldwin's wanting to get that good taste. Well, Anderson County, even though they're on the opposite end of the score, they want that same thing and try to come away with something positive on what's otherwise been a very tough night for them.
That was number 57, Michael Newman, a sophomore out there on the D-line now. Making that stop. Keezer's going to be pressured immediately and dropped immediately. That D-line getting there again. Brett Davidson in there. And they have just been dominant tonight.
Yeah, 2 straight weeks now. That defensive line has been excellent. And that's, it makes a world of difference when your D-line can be that impactful, stopping that initial surge, because then that allows guys like Wesley Martin in that linebacking spot, Brendan O'Connor, those middle linebackers, it allows them to see things develop and come downhill on that run fill and not have traffic in their way.
They'll bring Dallas Kieser in a jet motion, give it to him. He's got some running room, gets down to about the 11-yard line before he's dragged down. Number 41, Brendan O'Connor, the freshman. I've seen him out there doing the kicking duties. He's out there now on defense, making a tackle.
He's been starting on defense now as their inside linebacker after the injury to Connor Murray to start this season. And I mean, what a freshman season it's starting to be for Brendan O'Connor. Not only as one of these key parts of this successful defense now, but in the kicking game and everything.
Yeah, him and Wesley Martin have done a heck of a job as those 2 inside linebackers in this 3-4 defense. Now Kieser's going to keep it. Preston's got a lot of room out of the right side. He might get to the end zone, and he does. It's going to be a touchdown for Anderson County. Makes the score 41-13. On their first offensive touchdown of the game. They haven't mounted much of anything until this drive.
Yeah, so again, credit to Anderson County. They have continued to play hard. They put together a nice drive right there, and 41-13, 7:09 left. Not necessarily in jeopardy yet if you're Baldwin, but again, finish strong. That was part of our State Farm Insurance game plan. I was expecting it to perhaps be a little closer at this point, but you still want to finish this game strong for Baldwin as that extra point is missed. And now the Bulldogs have a chance to put together one maybe drive to really just kind of milk the rest of this clock.
Yeah, absolutely. That makes the score 41-13. Baldwin out in front having fun on homecoming. Baldwin Sports Live is brought to you in part by Rice Precision Manufacturing, a family-owned company in Baldwin City that serves many different industries, from food processing to heavy and light industrial, oil and gas, and many more. With state-of-the-art machine tools and a great work environment that offers excellent pay and competitive benefits, it's the perfect place to start your next career. Find out more by emailing jobs@riceprecision.com. So 2 straight weeks here, the Baldwin Bulldogs have looked pretty darn good on offense, on defense. Special teams, not bad, but kickoff coverage, if you're nitpicking, like you said earlier, could be improved. But overall, it's been a fun last couple of weeks, and Baldwin surely in the driver's seat to win back-to-back games for the first time since the end of the 2022 season. That was Week 9 and Week 10 in 2020.
Maybe ready for an onside kick here.
Yep. Everybody up, hands team out there. They'll just kind of pooch it over that front line. That's going to end up out of bounds.
And they went kind of that soft spot behind all that hands team, and before that, the deep guys had a chance to get there, but tough to control the bounce on the oblong football. And I'd love to see a 5-minute just pound the rock drive here. And we are going to see a whole second unit. Ethan Williams will be the new quarterback in here, and Baldwin has run out an entire fresh set of guys here. The JV guys predominantly are going to come out here, and so, we saw Ethan Williams last week, Ryan, come in at the last drive of the game. He carried it 5 times for 19 yards, and perhaps some more of that coming up here. And we'd love to see this second group pick up a couple of first downs to, again, start to run that clock down and get this game down there to only a possession or 2 remaining after they give up the football.
Yeah, Ethan Williams, a 5'8", 135-pound freshman. Like you mentioned, got in late last week.
May have to take a timeout here.
The play clock's running down. It's at 6 now.
And there is that time. Yeah, a tough time getting all the subs in and everything, and that's you see that quite often when they're trying to get that new unit in there. But Coach Lisher will get them all straightened out here, and we'll get a chance to see that second unit coming back out of the timeout.
Baldwin Sports Live is brought to you in part by The Bullpen. Check out Wildcat Wednesday specials. Enjoy karaoke Thursdays, live entertainment on many Friday and Saturday nights, and of course Sunday football on every TV. Check them out on Facebook at Bullpen Baldwin City. Open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 a.m. and Sundays 10 to 8. Your locally owned sports bar with the classic ballpark food in downtown Baldwin City.
Go after homecoming game here, 9 o'clock right now. It's going to be over in plenty of time. Head down to the Bullpen and enjoy your big homecoming night victory is what it's looking like, setting it up to be anyway.
Yeah, Baldwin's won the last 7 meetings, about to make it 8 between these two teams. They haven't met up since 2003. It's been a while. We're going to run it right side here. That's 33, Jaden Michael, the senior, 5'9", 150 pounds. Jaden Michael's had 10 rushing attempts coming into play, 36 yards and a touchdown. So he's had a little bit of action.
Not only has Baldwin not played Anderson County since 2003, Baldwin, Ryan, they haven't faced a fellow Bulldog opponent since, I think it was 2002, the last time they faced a Baldwin or another Bulldog. It was 2007 when they played Marysville in the playoffs.
Okay, I've been waiting on that stat. I knew you'd have something there. I appreciate that. Ethan Williams will keep it on the left side. He's got a lot of running room. He might have a foot race. He's turning on the Jets out across the 30-yard line. He'll be dragged out of bounds. Finally, at about the 25 of Anderson County. Ethan Williams showing off the Jets around the left side.
Yeah, he's not the size of Jack Harvey, but he runs with the same confidence as the starting quarterback for the Bulldogs you see out of Jack Harvey when he runs it. And Ethan Williams, he showed a lot last week coming in and closing out that game, and love to see that, breaking a big run. The offensive line, the second unit offensive line, doing a good job springing him free.
These are always fun drives. It's kind of the starting unit getting to stand over there, take a break, and root on your fellow teammates that work so hard in practice all week, get you prepared for every opponent on the scout team. It's not fun being on that scout team. I can tell you that from experience. There's Michael again. He's going to get dragged down in the backfield by a host of Anderson County Bulldogs. Maston Wright there, as well as number 18, Aiden Steele. He's a freshman for Anderson County, getting some run.
If you're also wondering on the Bulldog mascot stuff, Ryan.
I am.
So Bulldogs is the 3rd most popular high school mascot in the country, all right? Who's number 1? You got a guess?
Eagles?
Eagles is number 1.
Wow.
What about number 2?
Wildcats.
Close.
Bobcats?
Not as close. Tigers.
Okay, yeah.
So Bobcat not necessarily, or Wildcat not necessarily close to a tiger, but in the cat family.
Ooh, Ethan Williams has a low snap.
Wildcats, by the way, is 5.
Yeah, okay. Williams did a pretty good job to pick that one up and just get anything he could. Low snap, those are not fun as a quarterback.
Well, you hate it because you have to take your eyes off of that defense, so you really have no idea what you're going to see when you pick your head up. You go down to pick up that ball, and you don't know whether you're going to see, that big defensive tackle sitting right on top of you when you lift your head up, but you've got 2 guys going to sandwich you what it's going to be. So it's a very unnerving situation when you have to go down and scoop up that low snap.
Bit of a low snap again, but Williams corrals it. He'll throw his first pass of the year. He's going deep towards the end zone. It's going to fall harmlessly to the ground. There's about every single player back there. 3 Baldwin Bulldogs and 3 Anderson County Bulldogs, but throwing up, seeing if anybody can make a play. Falls harmlessly to the ground.
It looked like Keyser had a chance to intercept that ball, but now 4th and forever, 4th and 18. But what this second unit of offense has done, Ryan, is they have now taken almost 2.5 minutes off of the clock. They were able to get that first down. And that was the big thing. You didn't want to have them come out and go 3 and out and get the ball right back. They've been able to use a little clock here, have a little success. So ultimately, that's what you wanted out of this drive.
So 4:27 to go in this one. It's been all Baldwin, 41-13. Williams will keep it around the right side again. Get a nice gain, but that's not going to be anywhere near the first down, so that'll be a turnover on downs.
And again, that's fine. I mean, because that drive was a success for what you were needing out of that second unit was to run a couple of minutes, 2.5 minutes off of the clock. Now you're going to have a mix of some of the starting defense back out there and some reserves. Oh, it does look like it's predominantly the starting defense back out there for Baldwin to try and, put the clamps down here and get this football back so then you can really just milk the final minute or two off.
So Anderson County will start out after getting the ball on a turnover on downs. It's the first time besides those couple of interceptions thrown by Jack Harvey that Anderson County's been able to get a stop. Take a look at the upcoming schedule here. You can find our upcoming broadcast schedule in the Baldwin City Community Newspaper, your local weekly paper with the latest news, opinions, sports, ads, and more. Subscribe for just $5 a month and stay up to date with the latest local news from the Baldwin City Community Newspaper. Stop by downtown at the Nook, 703 8th Street to subscribe. Local weekly newspaper, just $5 a month. That's a bargain.
Had to respot the football here after they had marched it off on the penalty yardage, so they're going to get that all situated, and we'll have a 1st and 15. Your high school mascot, Ryan, was further down the list than I would have expected. Where would you have thought Cowboys would fall?
I would have put it in the top 10, honestly. Is it outside the top 10?
Yeah, 55.
Wow. Let's see, your mascot was also a Bulldog, wasn't it?
That's correct.
That's most popular. One of the most popular.
Number 3, yeah, number 3.
Only bring you the facts here on Baldwin Sports Live. Once again, we mentioned it, though. It's been a beautiful night weather-wise. We have been lucking out every single night on Friday night.
Yeah.
2nd down and 7 from their own 29. Be an inside handoff and a lot of running room out to the right side. Roasters, one of the guys back, Vance Morgan, misses a tackle. Now he's cutting it all the way back. And Cody Buck catches him from behind. He's trying to strip the football out. Number 21, John Wright, once again on the carry. He ran a long ways. Right to left that time, cut it back a couple times. Got a lot of yardage down to the Baldwin 30. Yeah, the Baldwin 34-yard line.
Again, Baldwin still has their starting defense out there. This is as much success as Anderson County has had in this game, and you can't just say, well, it's against the second unit right now. And part of that, I think, is you have Anderson County. They have continued, to their credit, to play very hard right down to the finish line of this one. And Baldwin maybe has let off the gas a little bit, so I'd like to see Baldwin match that intensity here in this last couple of minutes.
Dallas Keyser once again on the jet motion. They flip it to him. He cuts it back. A nice tackle made once again by Cody Buck. That's Tristan Capel, beg your pardon.
Another 15 yards, though. I mean, it's another nice run here from Anderson County.
Anderson County hasn't, up until this point, gotten a ton going offensively. They had a lot of penalties. It seems like every time they started to get something going, a big play, they'd get called back for a holding. They've had some false starts, unsportsmanlike. Here's Clark once again. He'll be wrestled down in the backfield. Well, he got a little bit of a positive gain. Michael Newman once again. Give him about 4 yards on that one. Set up a 2nd and 6. At no point in this game, though, Bryce, have you felt like it was in jeopardy. I guess maybe when they took the first kickoff, they received back for a touchdown. It was 7-6, but beyond that point, it has been all Baldwin.
Yeah, and I think you could chalk that one up to more just, flukiness type of thing. Not fluky in terms of it was a lucky play for Anderson County, but just one of those things you're not going to have that regularly happen, and Baldwin was able to answer back. So this has been controlled by Baldwin throughout, and that's really 2 straight weeks. Even last week against Santa Fe Trail, that game was dictated by Baldwin. Santa Fe Trail hung in there for a bit, but it was dictated by Baldwin, and that's a great sight to see, because it's not been the case, a lot of times over the last couple of years that Baldwin's been able to do that, and this is a fun group to watch play football these last couple of weeks.
Hopefully they can keep it going in the weeks to come. At Osawatomie, at Bishop Ward on the schedule next for Baldwin. Anderson County is going to get that one in for another touchdown, so not giving up, still playing hard. Late into this one, 1:24 left, makes it 41-19.
Yeah, John Wright now over 100 yards in the game with that touchdown run. 10 carries, 102 yards, and that 5-yard touchdown for John Wright. So, helping out that stat line and helping for Anderson County, that's going to help them feel just slightly better about things. You never feel good after a loss, but at least some positive things happen for them. And for Baldwin, we would have loved to see them finish this game without any blips here in this fourth quarter, but they're still going to feel all right about this one when it's all said and done. A big homecoming victory for the Bulldogs tonight.
Anderson County will be at home next week against Burlington. They're also 2-2, but Anderson County going to drop their second straight game here, fall to 2-3 on the year. Baldwin going to improve to 2-3 on the year. So we'll take a break, be right back, wrap this one up 41-20 here on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Philip Harvey at Oral Surgery Kansas is a proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Dr. Harvey and his staff wish all of the Bulldogs the best of luck this year as you continue to make Baldwin City proud. Oral Surgery Kansas provides personalized, gentle, comprehensive patient care for a wide range of oral surgery procedures. To learn more, visit oralsurgerykansas.com or call 785-843-5490. Oral Surgery Kansas, cheering on the Baldwin Bulldogs.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Welcome back to Liston Stadium. It's been all Baldwin tonight on homecoming. It's been a fun one. The kickoff was received by Cody Buck and just subsequently took a knee at about the 15-yard line to make that. So minute 22 left. The second unit back out for Baldwin. Offensively, see if they can't mount another drive. Had a pretty good drive. Got it down into plus territory. Then a couple negative plays, put them in a 4th and long, and they turned it over on downs. See if they put something together here.
You don't really even need a first down, pending what Anderson County decides to do with their timeouts. I don't expect them to use them down 21, but
Ethan Williams running it out right side again, takes a pretty big shot. It's going to be about a 3-yard gain. As I mentioned, next Friday night at Osawatomie, they are 0-4 on the year coming into tonight. Not sure what their score is looking like.
Yeah, they were playing Santa Fe Trail tonight. That Wellsville-Bishop Ward game, it was 21-7 Wellsville at half. And right now, late third quarter, it's now 28-21 Wellsville. I'll see if I can come up with an Osawatomie score for you here.
Another run for Baldwin up the middle, just trying to bleed the rest of this clock out. Now 30 seconds left. They don't have to snap it another time. But it's been another fun one. 2 straight wins for the Baldwin Bulldogs. First time since the end of the 2020 season they've been able to say that. Hopefully they can keep it going next week on the road. Next 2 games are on the road, at Osawatomie, at Bishop Ward. A couple of district games
14-8 Santa Fe Trail into 3 on top of Osawatomie.
Okay. So they are going to run one more play. Ethan Williams will take it right side. Get Bulldog down by a Bulldog. But the battle of the Bulldogs goes to Baldwin. 41-20 is going to be our final score tonight. It was a fun one. It was homecoming. Baldwin's going to come out on top, though, against Anderson County. We'll be right back with the post-game show. Stay with us. This is Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
Hayden Outdoors Real Estate has proudly been serving the Midwest since 1976, covering 29 states and over $1.3 billion in annual sales. Chad and Penny Sheldon are some of the top producing brokers from Baldwin City, Kansas, selling farms, ranches, rural homes, and recreational real estate throughout Kansas. Their knowledge, passion, and expertise will help make your next real estate transaction an excellent experience. Contact Chad or Penny today by phone at 785-821-2666 or by email at shad@haydenoutdoors.com.
All right, welcome back to Baldwin. It was a fun one, 41-20 the final. Baldwin taking it over Anderson County. We'll take a look at our Farm Bureau Financial Services player of the game tonight. And Bryce, I think there's a pretty obvious pick tonight, and that's going to be the quarterback, the safety, Jack Harvey.
Yeah, he had a big game tonight, Jack Harvey. A lot of guys had big games. This was a very well-played ball game across the board for the Baldwin Bulldogs here on homecoming. You see the celebration happening right now with the student section and the guys after a great ball game. But Jack Harvey was great tonight. I mean, he had the 2 interceptions early, but he completed 7 of his 10 passes for 61 yards and 2 scores. And then on the ground, he just continues to prove to be a huge difference maker. He's now rushed for over 100 yards in 3 of the last 4 tonight. 15 carries, 182 yards, and 4 touchdowns. 6 touchdowns responsible for tonight for Jack. And then on the defensive side, laying the lumber, making some big plays there. I mean, he certainly, I mean, you talk about like a heartbeat of a team. I mean, there's no question Jack is that for this squad. And tonight he played big on the big stage on homecoming night. And certainly among a bunch of guys who are deserving of the honor tonight, Jack Harvey, our Farm Bureau Financial Services player of the game.
The player of the game is brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services. From insurance to investments, wealth management, and financial planning, Farm Bureau Financial Services is there to help you protect what matters most. Call today and set up a meeting with your local Farm Bureau team at 785-594-1055. It's your future. Let's protect it. We'll go to another break, come back and take a recap of the game here, get you some final stats in this one. 41-20, the final here in Baldwin on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
When choosing a bank, wouldn't you prefer doing business with a local institution with years of commitment to our community? That's Baldwin State Bank. For more than 100 years, we've been providing products and services specifically tailored to our friends in Baldwin City. Whether it's a free checking account, savings for retirement, or your next loan, we'll be here. Because our roots are here. Baldwin State Bank, proud supporter of the Baldwin Bulldogs. Come see us downtown or online at baldwinstatebank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. State Farm Insurance Agent Cody Anno is ready to be there for you every step of the way. From starting policies out to the day disaster strikes, Cody and his team are ready to help. Cody strives to be different, doing things the other people don't and other agencies won't, helping more people in more ways. That's Cody Anno State Farm. Call 785-594-0270 or stop by at 208 Baker Street for a cup of coffee and a free quote for your auto, home, or life insurance with Cody Anno, your local State Farm insurance agent in Baldwin City.
All right, welcome back. Time to take a look back at this one, check some of the numbers, brought to you by New Frontier Tax and Business Services at 608 High Street in Baldwin City, where they want to remind you that it's never too early to start thinking about tax season. Call for helpful tips on how to best prepare and learn about upcoming changes to maximize your return. Timely, accurate, and reliable services at an affordable cost to help your business grow and succeed. Visit newfrontiertbs.com or call 785-594-1204 to learn more.
41-20 the final tonight. Baldwin with 429 yards of offense, 368 on the ground. It's the third time in the last 4 games they've rushed for over 300 yards, and they did it tonight, averaging 10.2 yards per carry. It was another dominant effort by the boys up front. That offensive line of Jake Van Horn, Wesley Martin, Jonathan Wren, Dylan Williams, and Brett Davidson doing once again an excellent job tonight, paving the way for a big rushing attack as the Bulldogs had 200-yard rushers again tonight. Jack Harvey, 15 carries, 182 yards. Cody Buck, 12 carries, 142 yards. So big-time effort there in that rushing attack. They hold Anderson County to 275 tonight, 200 rushing, 75 through the air, and a lot of that came late for Anderson County. They did a good job, Anderson County, that is, of not just stopping playing in this game. They finished strong. They had a good fourth quarter in this game, but, obviously not nearly enough because Baldwin had given themselves a plenty of cushion in this ball game, but Anderson County did pile up some offensive numbers there in that fourth quarter with a couple of touchdowns as well. But the Bulldogs tonight, big explosive plays, 17 10-yard plus plays, 7 plays of 20 or more yards in this ball game. So good job tonight by this Bulldog offense, and really good job by the Bulldog defense for Baldwin to propel them to this homecoming victory. Individual numbers for Anderson County: Preston Keyser, their quarterback, 5 of 10 through the air for just 30 yards. He ran 13 times for 49 yards and a touchdown. Leading rusher was John Wright, who eclipsed the century mark tonight. 10 carries, 102 yards and a touchdown. Trey Clark, 8 carries for 46 yards on the ground, as those guys were having to do the work for Jack Crane, who was not able to go tonight for Anderson County. The leading receiver, 2 catches, 61 yards, was Mashton Wright. 5 grabs for 50 yards for Dallas Keyser in this game. For Baldwin, Jack Harvey, 7 of 10 through the air, 61 yards, a couple of touchdowns, a couple of picks, but big-time rushing game from Harvey. 15 carries, 182 yards, and a career-high 4 touchdown runs. Cody Buck, 12 carries for a $142. That's a new career best for Buck, who has now debuted with a 133 rushing effort against Santa Fe Trail and a 142 effort tonight in his first 2 games of the season. So certainly nice to have Buck in the lineup again. Through the air, their usual suspects there. Riker Grossner, 3 grabs, 34 yards and a score. Sam Darnell, 4 grabs, 27 yards and a score, as the Bulldogs win this one 41-20 on a homecoming night, improving to 2-3. And even though we talked about it in the open, Ryan, this was not a district game, it was still a very important game for the Bulldogs to try and pile on success after the success they had last week. And there's no question they did that, and now they go into 3 more regular season games, 3 remaining district games with a lot of momentum coming off of 2 big home victories this week and last.
Yeah, absolutely. Coming off that Santa Fe Trail game, I was interested to see how the offense was going to feel. They looked really confident last week coming into the day. We were hoping they were going to keep that confidence, and they did a pretty good job. They scored touchdowns on 6 of their 10 drives, and I mean, that's including that last drive at the end that just ended the game. So they scored 6 of 10 times touchdowns. They didn't get any turnovers defensively, but forced 6 punts. That's something last week. They only forced 1 punt last week, so an improvement there, and only allowed those 2 touchdowns late for Anderson County. They scored on 2 of their 9 possessions, but overall a really fun homecoming night, and it was a lot of fun tonight.
Yep, no doubt. And we'll update some scores here as far as that district goes. Santa Fe Trail, 28-8 winner over Osawatomie tonight. So that's where Baldwin will be next week. They go travel to Osawatomie, who is going to enter that game 0-2 in district. Baldwin will be 2-0 in the district. So, I mean, it's set up for the Bulldogs to continue to just pile on success. And they have a big opportunity next week against Osawatomie. And the other game we were keeping our eyes on here tonight was that Wellsville Bishop Ward contest. And it looks like that last check here, slow loading up here, but let's get it here. Wellsville 28-21 on top of Bishop Ward after 3.
Wow.
So that's a close game, which I expected it to be a pretty competitive game. And it's certainly going to set the table for a couple of big ball games to end the year for Baldwin if they can take care of business next Friday night down in Osawatomie.
Absolutely. It has been a fun one tonight. That's going to wrap things up from Liston Stadium, where the Baldwin Bulldogs have defeated the Anderson County Bulldogs 41-20. For my partner, Bryce Kessler, I am Ryan Hilmer. It's been fun. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back on the air, as Bryce mentioned, next Friday night at Osawatomie for some more Friday night football action. You've been watching Baldwin High School football on Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors.
You've been watching Baldwin Sports Live, presented by Hayden Outdoors Real Estate, the brand that sells the land. Learn more at haydenoutdoors.com. Baldwin Sports Live also brought to you by Farm Bureau Financial Services, Kelly Neufeld, Baldwin State Bank, Codiano State Farm Insurance, Heartland Plumbing, Lamb Roberts Price Funeral Home, One Choice Heating and Air Conditioning, Trindle Lumber Company, Oral Surgery Kansas, Hers Incorporated, Rice Precision Manufacturing, The Bullpen, Baldwin City Recreation Commission, New Frontier Tax and Business Services, the Lumberyard Arts Center, Jobats, Baldwin City Community Newspaper, and by the Baldwin City Chamber of Commerce. This is Baldwin Sports Live.